Welcome everyone, Farmer Cop here. This is No Man's Land episode 41. I'm pretty sure it's 41. But yeah, a few months have passed here. It's getting ready to rain actually, which is unfortunate. But our sorghum is ready to harvest, so we're gonna get that done. And then our soy is not quite ready yet. Our grass we already harvested in our time. Grapes are still doing their thing. But yeah, so we're gonna get that harvested here. I brought you guys back in because we need to buy another header for this guy up here, which I think we're just gonna. I mean, it just kind of makes sense to buy the same one that we already have. I don't think there's going to be a better option. 7.5 meters. That one's, yeah, we have one leased, 8.5 meters. For 9.2 for 4,000 more. That's tempting. Definitely tempting. Yeah, I don't think we have any reason to get a bigger header. I think we just get the same one. Yeah, because it matches. That's not a big deal, and that's probably a little bit too big now, maybe, potentially. So let's go ahead and, yeah, we're just going to buy that, I think, just straight up. I have it set to deliver, so we're going to pay a delivery fee. But it should show up right here. Yep, 1,200 bucks, have it delivered. Not a big deal. Much better than me driving up to the shop to get it. And this guy actually needs to be repaired as well. This is our new harvester. I never fixed it up after we got it. Yeah, so we have 2 harvesters, which is going to make quick work of this, which is good. If I can grab this here. I'll probably do a time lapse of the soybean. Well, you know what? I mean, we've done a lot of time lapses in this series. I know some of you guys like them. I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about time lapses still down in the comments. They're kind of nice during the first beginning of the series as you're doing more stuff and stuff like that, but I don't like to do them super often. So we'll get over-engineered tractor to work on this one, or work on harvesting with this one, and then I'll get the other one started at this end, and hopefully we can harvest towards each other. But, oh, I meant to fix it up. I need to go fix it. This thing needs to be fixed before we start harvesting with it, because that will probably affect our yield a little bit. But anyhow, I just brought you guys back in because I wanted to. We don't have no sign of our trailer, by the way, yet either. Yeah, the police are still working, hopefully, on finding it or determining that we're never going to get it back. I'm leaning more towards we're probably not going to get it back, so we might have to make an insurance claim. I did call our insurance company already and let them know kind of what was going on, but obviously they're gonna wait a little bit longer. Hopefully the police are gonna get it back for us, and then they just have to pay for damages versus a new trailer. Let's go ahead and repair that guy. There we go. Obviously the paint and stuff's still warm, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. Now let's get this guy harvested. But yeah, we'll get the sorghum done, and then I'll probably bring you guys back in after that because we're probably gonna work on. We're probably going to work on a couple of things. So, I mean, actually, to be honest, I can mention it because you guys have already seen the thumbnail, and the thumbnail's going to have it on there for sure. So, it is Rusty Money's retirement party this episode. Rusty Money, if you don't know, is a fellow YouTuber like myself. He is also a law enforcement officer up until recently because he retired after 20 plus years. Yeah, he'd been a police officer for a long time. So, let him know down in the comments down below to appreciate him for his long service to his community. That is an incredibly long career for law enforcement for sure, and definitely needs to be celebrated for sure. So what we're going to do is we're going to get some of our flour that we're making, some of our other ingredients that we got around here, and I have some people set up to help pick some stuff up. And if you don't, oh, we got to unfold it. Sorry, my bad. There we go. Should be unfolded. There we go. Just took it a hot second there. Harvest should be underway. I'll hire a worker because over-engineered tractor will work on that one. We can hop back over here. Go get our other harvester rolling. But yeah, so he owns in town here. He owns, where's it at? Rusty's Donut Shop. So we are going to deliver some ingredients there. Of course, we need a lot of donuts for it. That coffee factory that was here, we're going to get some coffee bought from them. We're not going to have to do anything to provide them any resources to build it, but we're going to buy some coffee from them, deliver it over here. So we need a few things. We need to make the donuts. We need a few different ingredients, which I have written down here. So we need flour, which we're going to provide. We need milk. We need eggs, sugar, butter, strawberries, and chocolate. So if you remember, our little bee guy over here actually has some greenhouses. So we're going to go buy some strawberries from him. And then up over here, Stafford's Hilltop Rocky Farm, he actually started a little small dairy operation. So we're going to get our butter from him, and we're also going to pick up our milk from him as well. The sugar, we're probably just going to have to buy, honestly. We're probably just going to have to buy it from the store, which should be fine. I mean, they'll have plenty of sugar there. So we'll have to just order in some sugar because I don't think anyone's going to have any sugar or anything like that. And then The eggs, obviously, we'll provide, and then that should cover everything. Oh, and the chocolate, we're planning to buy the... Oh, no, we get the chocolate from the dairy up here. So we'll get some chocolate from Stafford as well. So Stafford, thank you. Appreciate that. We're going to pay Stafford for it. He's going to give us a good discount on it, but we're still going to pay for it because he's good friends with Rusty as well in terms of our town environment here. But yeah, that way Rusty can focus on running this little donut shop here and coffee shop there. Yeah, so we're going to get all that stuff delivered to him to have a nice little party. And yeah, just a special episode because I wanted to say thank you to Rusty. Rusty's been a good friend of mine as we've gotten to know each other through doing different YouTube stuff and everything like that. So thank you, Rusty, for being a good friend. I hope someday to meet you in person. I'm definitely going to have to travel out your way at some point. But yeah, this is your retirement party episode. We'll still get a couple of things done around the farm. I'm going to turn the map off. But at the same time, I wanted to celebrate Rusty a little bit, and I think no better way to do it if you know Rusty than to get some donuts made down here. And yeah, I think that's the perfect way. Some coffee and donuts is the perfect way to celebrate Rusty. So fantastic. So thank you guys. Make sure you guys let him know down in the comments that you appreciate his service, because that is definitely really, really, really important. So there we go. Okay. And I'm going to get harvest in here, and I'll bring you guys back in probably when it's time to get some of those things delivered, which hopefully won't be too long from now. So I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, so I think we need to start getting some stuff transported. The party is going to be in, I believe it's in September or December, one of those, or September, October. So we want to get that stuff up there and good to go. For sorghum harvest, we got 45,000 or about 45,000 liters off it, which was really good. So that was awesome for that. But other than that, we are going to go ahead and take care of some stuff. Again, well, we got to bring some eggs. So we're going to have to use our big truck, which actually, honestly, we probably would have needed it anyways, because we were going to go around and pick up a lot of ingredients for everything. So we're going to go ahead this way. And yeah, so we'll get everything that way over there to Rusty's Donut Shops. That way they can start working on the donuts for the party. And then we'll be good to go, hopefully, after that. So that's the plan. Let's go ahead and loop around this way. So again, we need, ooh, that's a grass, it's fine. We need some flour and eggs. So we should have plenty of that stuff over here. So flour, I think flour is going to be one of the more primary ingredients. So I think what we'll do is we'll donate 4 pallets of flour, I think is what we'll do. Yeah, I think we'll do 4 pallets of flour. 2, and then 3. And actually, I think we're going to try to go 3 across here. Let's see how that works. Yeah, I think we got plenty of room on there for sure. Because I think we're going to need that space. Go there. Go, oh, geez, Louise. There we go. Perfect. Just carefully. I know I'm a little bit too much of a perfectionist when I load pallets by hand, especially. I don't care as much if I actually use equipment, but there we go. Okay, and then we'll need another one, which I think we'll just, for now, we'll just stack it right here, because we can adjust it later as we're going. We want our load to be fairly, oh, did I not get, that's not going to be under, of course. I got it. Let me get it there, so it's at least under a strap. And then we need some eggs, so I think, how many are in here, 1,400? I honestly think 2 pallets of eggs is probably plenty. If we need more, we can always get more, but we need eggs, right? I'm trying to look at our, let me get our ingredient list up in here. Yeah, flour, milk, eggs. So I'm gonna cross off this list the flour, and I'm also gonna cross off the eggs since we're grabbing those. But yeah, I think, well, just to be safe, let's bring 3 pallets of eggs. This is for Rusty money we're talking about. So even if there's extra eggs, he I'm sure can use them at his donut shop. So we'll donate that to there. There we go, without pushing them off the other side. Again, we'll try to, is there a strap there? Yeah, there is, thank goodness. Okay. So we don't want to also lose all the eggs off the back. Not that you'd probably want to strap these pallets down, at least over the top like that. It's probably break the eggs, but it's fine. Okay, there we go. So that's our first couple of things. This truck is going to have a lot of stuff. I'm not sure how many things, if we have like 50 things listed down there, if it'll actually show them all, but we'll see. Thankfully, actually this trailer is fairly long. We should have plenty of space. I may be a little paranoid about how much space we're gonna have. Let's try not to drive it in the soybeans. There we go. Okay, so we have flour and eggs. Next, we're gonna go pick up, I think, the strawberries, because they're gonna be the furthest away. So we're gonna pick up strawberries, and we also need to pick up the coffee. I need to write that on my list here. Coffee to make sure I actually pick it up. So yeah, we're gonna get everything delivered. And the coffee actually is gonna be free, not really free, but some of the different business owners and stuff in town that know Rusty well. decided that they would pay for the copy. So a bunch of the business owners pitched in and paid for the copy. The copy. I keep saying copy. I meant coffee. Paid for the coffee. So the coffee is all good to go. And by the way, if you guys are living in the U.S., I do have my own coffee company called First Responder Coffee Company. If you go to firstrespondercoffees.com, you can order it through that. It's currently only shippable to within the U.S. It is free shipping in the U.S., however, which is nice, but you can't get it anywhere else yet in the world. So I'm hoping to expand that later on, but the U.S. version of it will have to do at least a little bit well first before I can do that. But yeah, so yeah, make sure you guys should check that out. It's really good coffee, and a portion of the proceeds, 50% of the profit for the coffee company, the way I designed it, is going to be towards programs for first responders, and then the other half of the proceeds is basically just for expanding the coffee company and covering expenses. So that's kind of how it's going to work. But yeah, so that's kind of the main purpose behind it. So make sure you guys go order some of that. Especially, I mean, this I guess it's gonna be a little late to get it before Christmas per se, but it'll still be good to order some. So make sure you guys go check that out. But yeah, all right, we're up here. This is the bee farm up over here. So we should be able to just. He said he had the strawberries out. They have so much honey. There they are, perfect, right there. I don't want to drive in his grass if I can avoid it, though I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid it. So we're going to try to loop. Oh, that might be the edge of the map right there. Yep, that's the edge of the map right there, so we can't drive any further than that. There we go. Cut that corner a little tighter. Get ourselves turned around. Actually, we did pretty good not driving in his grass too much. Okay, let's go ahead and grab these strawberries here. Yeah, 4 pallets, that should be more than enough. It's 2,000 liters strawberry. We'll put them up on the top deck here. I think there should be plenty of space for them up there. I think there's only 2 straps up here, though. Yeah, so we might have to be a little bit tricky about how we load them up here. Okay, so strawberries, let's just kind of tilt them. Yeah, maybe we'll just stack the other pallet on the center of these ones. That actually kind of makes sense. There we go. I have a mod that slows... Oh, geez, I didn't mean to throw that. I have a mod that slows my speed down, which is very helpful for doing this and actually making things look decent on there. Grab this last one. And yeah, I think we will just stack it on top here. I'll go up there and get it situated. Perfect. That's literally perfect. Okay. Fantastic. That actually kind of really bothers me. We need to move those back maybe just a touch. Yeah, right about there should do it. And then that should be right over that strap area. Perfect. Okay. So there we go. Strawberries are picked up. I'm going to cross those off our list. So we have milk, sugar, butter, chocolate, and coffee left to pick up. So the next stop, we're going to pick up the milk, butter, and chocolate. So that'll be 3 things. And I'm going to sneeze, so I'm probably going to mute my mic. I think I have to sneeze. Yeah, I think I do. Do I? Nope. I don't know. It's gone now. I was thinking about sneezing, and then I scared the sneeze away. But I'm going to drink another cup of my coffee here, or another drink. Fantastic. All right. Without rolling the truck here. Let's pull into Stafford's Rocky Hilltop Farm. And he said there we go. He's got a couple of IBCs out there for us to pick up that have milk on them. I think we're actually just going to back in here. It'd be a little bit quicker probably to load if we back in a little better. Still got those bales. I sold them. He hasn't used them yet. That's good. Let's back this. It's a little too much backing. Straighten that out a little bit better. There we go. Okay, so 2 pallets of chocolate, which can go perfectly around our flour right here. Actually, those are not very tall pallets either, which is kind of nice. Yeah, so put those right around our flour, which I'm going to just unstrap for a second so I can scoot it in a little bit. Oop, too far. Keep going back and forth there. There we go. Okay, that should be fine. There we go. And then, where's the next strap? Right about there. Oh, right next to it. That's pretty good, actually. And I think the butter will all go right there on that location. Yeah, no, I'm not trying to put in the dairy. I'm not trying to put the butter in the dairy. I know it does not accept butter here. Okay, we'll scoot that across. And then I think we'll also put Why is that not going? Oh, I bumped it over. That's my fault. Also put this one on the top here. So let's get these guys situated. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And then this guy. Once again, I'm not trying to put it in the dairy. I do have to be careful with the milk, though, because it will go in the dairy. So we probably should actually pull forward when we're loading the milk. Actually, yeah, I should just have them all strapped down so I can see where everything is. Look at that. On 5 things down there, bottom left-hand corner. There's going to be about to be more. Okay, milk IBC. We'll put it up over here. We'll put the other one on over here. We can always rearrange if we need to once we get to another location, but yeah, these guys are a little bit wider, so it's about perfect right there. It should be like 4,000 liters of milk, I believe, total. So there we go. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Look at that bottom right-hand corner. That's crazy how many items are showing up on there. Okay, so we picked up, gosh, we picked up the butter. Oh, I don't want to drive off that. The milk and the chocolate. So we have the coffee and the sugar left. So the sugar is going to be up at the shop. And I did order a cake for this. I figured I might as well do that. Oh, I need to pay Stafford for that. He gave us a really good discount, but I need to pay him for it. So for each of the chocolate pallets, he charged us $500, which is really cheap. So $1,000 total. And then each of the butter ones, he charged us $300, so $1,200 total. So there we go. Okay. Oh, and the milk. The milk as well. He charged us $400 for the total for the milk. $100 per 1,000 liters, which I know is ridiculously cheap. But Stafford's also good friends with Rusty, so he was willing to give us a deal. Mostly just to kind of cover his costs with it. So that's all he really wanted to do there, which was A-okay. And I'm happy paying Stafford as well for it. Stafford would have definitely, I'm sure, donated all of it if I would have given him a chance. But I didn't let him do it. So there we go. Okay. Off to get the sugar and coffee. So we get the sugar first. The coffee's going to be here at this coffee factory, but the sugar is going to be up at the store. I did have to import that. So that I am going to have to just pay flat out full price because I bought it from the store. So it is, I think I got, how many pallets did I get? 4 pallets of sugar. So $2,700 total was what it was. So I'm just going to, or was it 2,700? Yeah, it was 2,700 total, I believe, for all those. So let me just remove those, or remove that cash there for us. And we are probably going to run a little bit out of space here. I mean, we're not really out of space per se, but just with how many straps are on this thing, we're a little low on space. How do we use some of our eggs? Where are our eggs? Oh, we pulled through a shop. Darn it. And we use a little bit of strawberries too. We have to be careful about that. I totally forgot to be weary of that when driving around with stuff on the back like this. So that is my fault. We're going to put the sugar right on over that. And then we should be able to fit, hopefully, the coffee all in that back area there. We have to be careful not to accidentally sell any more of it. 4,000 liters of sugar. Yeah, there we go. Actually, how much did they charge me? I feel like $2,700 is super cheap. Sugar is pretty early on in here. Got 918, so oh, it should have been $3,600. So an extra, what, 27, 3,600, so 27, so another 6, 7, 8, 9, so another $900 need to pay. That was my bad. There we go. Okay, I'll say it seemed a little cheap even for store sugar. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, now we got to get out of here without running anything else over, such as sell points. So that would be bad if we accidentally sold all of the goods before we got to Rusty's party. Sorry, Rusty, if we do that. We'll try to avoid that. That's because we drove over that right there, I think, is pretty much 100% of what we did. I think that's the only sell point we've driven over. So we'll avoid that. All right, good. We did it. Beautiful. Yeah, look at that. That's so many items on there. I don't wonder, I guess he just keeps going. That's craziness, though. And they should have at least one of the gates. Yeah, that far gate's open for us. So it is going to be tight to drive into there. But we're going to try to make it work as best as we can. Oop, I hit that already. Sorry, F11 Patrol. Okay. All right, we're going to try to swing it in. Trailer, oh yeah, it's got a little bit too much of a swing. It's scraping on that fence back there. Oh gosh, this is miserable. I don't think we're going to fit. So I think what we're going to have to do, I think we're going to have to carry the coffee out to here. I think that's our only option. Let me pull forward a little bit. We're going to have to block this whole road. All right, let's see what we got back there. Oh, wow, they got more than I thought. They got, yeah, they said I'll be back here. A couple cups, or a couple brands of coffee, 3 brands of coffee, and oh, they got some hot chocolate as well, too. That's kind of nice. Okay, I'm actually going to put a little cut while I get this loaded up so you guys don't have to deal with that. So I'll see you guys here in just a second. All right, all loaded up, and that is ridiculous. The bottom right-hand corner, it still shows it all. Gosh darn it. Oh, that's funny. Okay, let's get this over to Rusty's Donut Shop. All this stuff here, we got just a pile of goods here that we've loaded up here. Holy smokerinos, that is a lot. That is a lot of stuff. Okay, Rusty's Donut Shop, here we come. Let's see if we can turn into here. Thankfully, there's no cars parked here. Oh boy, this is nowhere near as tight as other place though. Okay, so everything should go in here that's supposed to go in here. So the stuff that's supposed to go in here should all just go in here. And we shouldn't get paid for it. It should just disappear. So allow all that stuff to get unloaded. That's going to actually go in there. And then we can unload the rest. Get that going. It's almost done. There we go. Is the milk going? The milk's not going yet. If I pull a little further forward, will the milk go? Well, it's not going. That's not good. Oh, just need to drive through this hedge a little bit. There we go. Okay. We should still have our coffee, hot chocolate. The milk's not going, so hopefully I can actually get it to go. Otherwise, I might have to just do a little bit of role play off camera magic to get that to work. So let's grab the milk here real quick. No, oh my goodness. All right, well, what I will do then is I will do some off-camera roleplay magic extraordinaires and make that happen. I'm pretty sure it takes milk. It's got to take milk. And I'll get all this other stuff offloaded just here around the party. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'll wait. It should be by September probably. Maybe September 2 will be good to go for the party. But yeah, I'll see you guys when it's time to celebrate Rusty Money's retirement. So I'll see you guys here in just a second. All right, it is time to go pick up the cake and head to the party. So we head over there. It is September 2nd, or September the second half of it. Don't want to crash for the party. So yeah, so hopefully, Rusty, hopefully I set this up good and you like it. Yeah, hopefully you're able to watch this and take some time to do it. I know you're really busy right now and it's holidays, but even if you watch it after the holidays, totally worth it. So yeah, all right, let's go ahead and head into town here. There should be some donuts ready. I haven't checked it or anything like that. I'm assuming they'll be good to go. We'll go ahead and we'll switch over to the actual farm over here. The farm that has the stuff going on and see if that stuff is all good to go and ready. We'll head down this way. Oh, look at that. There's a lot of flashing lights up here. Look at that. Fantastic. Looks like everyone has gone out of their way to turn out for Rusty's retirement party here. So there you guys go. You guys probably knew this from the thumbnail. But anyhow, I'm pretty sure, Rusty, I'm pretty sure purple is your favorite color. Hopefully I got that right. I watched a lot of your videos. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If I got it wrong, I'm so sorry. But I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So I tried to get everything painted purple for you. Let's go ahead and drive around the back. The cake should be just back around here. Ah, there it is. Perfect. Well, let's grab that, load it up into here. Perfect. Just like that. No, hopefully without ruining it. There we go. All right. We'll just drive out this way. Oh, geez, right to that parking meter. Don't tell the cops over there. Just kidding. Okay. So, of course, I just ran that stop sign too. Let's get in here and drop this off if we can. Oh, well, right into the ambulance. It's all going really well. Trust me. It's just everything's fantastic. Let's drive around to the side here. We'll just park right here. That's fine. And then we should be able to, I'm going to switch over to the correct farm here. I'm going to switch over to this one, which is the businesses in town. And that should allow me to access everything here. So if we go to there, yep, okay. It's all showing up. Oh, it's trying to load. I think it's loading a combination of ours and theirs. Maybe it all loaded in now. It's freaking out. Let me save the game real quick before it freaks out again. I had an issue earlier where it did this and it kind of froze. Okay, it's showing some of the productions. Oh, but it's frozen. Definitely frozen in the production menu there. Let me see here if I can get in. Open production menu. No, it's frozen. Okay, I have to reload the game. Thankfully, I saved it, so I'll bring you guys back in just a half a second here. All right, so I fixed it all up right over here. Boom, we got donuts. We made donuts, which is, we got chocolate donuts glazed and strawberry. What a fantastic way to end it. And yeah, I know this was, it wasn't doing a lot of, we didn't do a lot of farming in this episode. Next episode, we're going to do probably no farming. Actually, or I don't think we're going to do any at all. I will probably get the rest of the harvest done off camera, and then we will be good to go for our Christmas special, which I just kind of traditionally do every year. I think it'll come out on Christmas or maybe the day before Christmas. We'll see. I might just have it come out on Christmas, but I don't feel obligated to watch it. You guys should be spending time with your families. I'll try to not make it too long or anything like that if you guys do want to take a couple minutes to watch it. But make sure you guys check out Rusty's channel down below in the description. Thank you again, Rusty, for all your service to your community through these many years that you worked as a police officer. I'm happy for you and happy you're able to retire and go do something else. And I hope that you enjoy this next adventure in your life. And yeah, here's to you, a couple of cop batteries and some coffee for you, my friend, which we call cop batteries, the donuts, by the way, in case you guys don't watch the channel. But anyhow, and his channel will be linked down below in the description. Again, it's Rusty Money Gaming, so make sure you guys go check him out. This is our Christmas special, though I know it's only October right now, so I guess this would be a good Halloween special. No, I'm just kidding. October in the game, I'm saying, not in the real world. But anyhow, so a couple things. I wanted to bring you guys back in because there's a couple things we need to talk about, and I wanted to do off camera. I'm going to do some of these off camera, but I want to talk to them about, or talk to you guys about them before I do them. So first off, actually, this just happened to pop up here, which we're going to buy. It's only 6 meters, which I know isn't great, but compared to our little 3-meter header we have on our old harvester back there, this one will work really well with those guys. So I'm going to just have that delivered here. 40% off, or 47% off. Can't really argue with that, so we're going to just buy that. Little delivery fee there, yeah, $700. So there we go. We got a header right there. No biggie right there. So yeah, that's the one thing I wanted to do. The second thing is, well, I am gonna go grab all of our raisins are almost done. Our grapes are almost done manufacturing into raisins. Once they're done, we're gonna grab all those. I need to empty all of the wood chips out of here because we are going to sell. I know, we are going to sell this chunk of land. I already found a buyer. I told him I wanted to finish up a couple things I had going on. He's going to buy this whole chunk of land, all of our facilities on it, everything like that. And I'm actually going to have on your screen right now, I'm going to have something pop up that's going to talk about, if I can find actually my photo of it would be great. Because I took a little screenshot of it. I think it's in here. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I kind of calculated out how much we should sell it for, and I have that pop on your screen right now. So you can see it says Grape Orchard Sale at the top. On the left-hand side, it has the item, what the actual value is if we were to sell all these items separately. Now, some of those might vary a little bit, and then the actual sell price that we're going to sell to our new owner. So the land is worth about $85,000. I'm going to sell it for $75,000. Now, actually, technically speaking, if we on our game here, the actual with our variation right now, the land is worth $120,000, so they're actually getting a really good deal right now. But regardless of that, then we're going to sell them the sawmill, the grape factory, the grape orchard, the Landini tractor, the Kramer tractor, the mulcher, the harvester trailer, manure spreader, subsoiler. Now I know we wouldn't really in real life get any money for the grape orchard. We paid $65,000 to place all of it, well, except for the 10 that were already on there, and we're going to sell it for $45,000, so we're going to do pretty good on that. Plus, we're selling the Landini tractor, which I did purchase the Landini tractor. I had to purchase it from the store because, well, we only are releasing it and making payments on it. So I purchased it. We fully own it. So yeah, it's actually probably worth about $200,000 at farm. We're going to sell the whole package for $150,000, which I honestly think is a really good deal for whoever wants to farm on there. So yeah, that's a screaming deal to have a grape orchard already set up with a lot of extra land over there. Another thing we did, I did do another round of harvesting bales off of here, silage harvest. I also planted barley in these two fields because we're running a little low on barley, which we're obviously feeding to our pigs, so we're running a little low, so I wanted to get a lot of barley in there so we're good and stocked up. In addition to that, I bought a $17,000 worth of fertilizer, so it was kind of expensive. I also harvested the soybeans, which we got 21,000 or almost 22,000 liters off of. And just to also clarify why I want to sell the grapes, when we harvest this, we get about 3,400 liters of grapes. And after we produce those into raisins and sell the raisins at their best price, we make about $5,500 a year on field 33, which I know we could obviously every year probably use that $5,000 to add another row of orchards, but this is just not a very high return thing for us. I mean, we're making way more off of our little powerhouse of 2 plots down here. Per plot, we're making way more down here than we are on this plot. Given I know we're not using the whole plot, and then we would do a lot better if we were using the whole plot, which is obviously an option that I didn't explore yet, but we could do that. We obviously, and as you know, we own plot 36. I'm waiting for 35 to be a better deal. Right now it's $150,000, so I'm not going to buy it right now. But yeah, so once I get all that stuff emptied out, I'm going to go ahead and sell that off. So you'll see a big boost in our bank account happen there. But past that, everything else is kind of just chugging along. The only other thing I wanted to note that I'm going to do is I'm going to sell our horses. They're topped out at 4,000, which I've never actually gotten horses topped out in FS22. So they are topped out. We paid $500 for them, and now they are topped out at $4,000. They're not going up anymore, any of them. So I am going to sell those guys off and get us some new horses. Maybe I'll do a different type of horse in here. But that's one of the things I'm going to do off camera. The other things is that we need to sell is, well, obviously I'm going to sell the raisins once we get there. We have a lot of eggs, so if I can get a good price on eggs, I'm probably going to sell some eggs, which you guys have seen me do before. I'm also going to sell some honey because we have a lot of honey. I'm also going to sell, well, I'm going to sell our canola and our soybeans if we actually get a good price for those, because we did just grow those to strictly be a cash crop, the canola and the, well, the canola was actually for a contract, but I'm waiting for 730-ish, and then for the soybeans, I'm waiting for 1,200-ish to be able to sell those off. So I just wanted to note those things for you guys. But yeah, I'll bring you guys back in, and then we'll talk about what I've gotten done off camera. In addition to that, we will go ahead and enjoy the Christmas aspect of this episode. And I'll wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we'll call it an episode. So I'll see you guys in just a little bit. Welcome back in, everyone. So it is very deep snow, and as you can see, it's the second half of December. So today I'm going to call Christmas Day in the game, which is fantastic. So as you guys are watching this again on Christmas Day, Merry Christmas to everyone, and a Happy New Year to you as well. I do want to mention a few things. First off, our money has gone up a lot, so let's talk about that. I sold $132,000 in silage. That's to start. I sold $35,600 in eggs, $4,000 in flour, $3,500 in honey, $6,100 in raisins. I also sold our grape farm for the $149,500. I sold horses for $32,000. I bought more horses for $4,000. I also sold $9,000 worth of canola, and I did buy this little mechanical weeder here because it was on sale, and I figured, you know what, we might as well get it so we can start using it if we want to instead of herbicide. So if we catch the weeds in time. But anyhow, yeah, there is a lot of snow, so I'm gonna see if our truck. In the real world, there's no way this truck would go anywhere, but in game it will go somewhere because it won't sink down into it. Oh man, yep, that's crazy. I can't believe this would never work in real life. That is so deep. This is like a foot of snow. That's craziness. We are gonna try to head into town. You guys have probably already seen the Christmas market on, well, you've already seen it on the thumbnail probably, but we need to get the snow cleared away from it and everything like that. And I know that Darren Duel said he would be willing to help me out at the F11 patrol. Holy cow, we're getting just stuck in that snow. He said he'd be willing to help me out with the snow, getting it cleared if we were to, you know, give him a little something to kind of assist with that. And you're like, wow, that's, and that F12 patrol is our police department, basically, in terms of what we have going on. Wow, it's a little leggy there. It's loading in a little bit. There's the Christmas market just completely snowed in. So we need to get some of the snow cleared to actually be able to have people there and enjoy it. So again, Darren said for some special treats he would get that snow cleared, and by special treats he means donuts. So we're gonna stop by Rusty Money's donut shop here, and we're gonna pick him up some donut. Oh gosh, losing control. We're gonna pick him up some donuts here real quick. That hopefully we can get over to him. Oh, look at that! I already called Rusty ahead of time and told him what I needed. And looks like he's already got the donuts out, which is perfect. So let's get these guys loaded up. We got a box here of chocolate donuts. There we go. If I can actually get them in the truck. There we go. Perfect. Box of strawberry donuts. And then, of course, a box of the original glazed donuts. Might be able to set it across there. You know what? That's good enough. Let's get that closed up. Get those babies strapped down. 1,000 liters of donuts. That should keep Darren Duel busy for a little while. So they should be willing to clear the snow for us. since they are responsible for doing that for the city. But yeah, they're all, I think, on enjoying their holiday. So we go drop these off by the F-12 patrol headquarters here, and hopefully we can get it cleared out and get some of it cleared out for the special event. So we'll talk to them about that. Let's get this gate open here. That would be so hard to get that gate open with that much snow. This is a ridiculous amount of snow on the ground. Oh, goodness. I don't know how they're going to get any of their patrol cars to move or anything like that, but... let's get these guys unloaded. We'll set them just out here just so they're not anywhere. There, geez Louise, there. We get that out of there. Perfect. And get the chocolate donuts out there. There we go. All right. Well, they should get the roads cleared hopefully by tonight when it's time to come back into town for the Christmas festival. So we'll have to see about that. In the past I've done like some snow clearing, like time lapses and stuff like that, but I want to keep this episode pretty short and to the point. So we are going to head back to the farm, and then I will see you guys when it's time to celebrate Christmas at a little Christmas market, and we'll call it an episode there. So I'll see you guys here in just a minute. All right, it is time to drive into town, and as you can see, the snow is all gone. Oh, I was so frustrated because I actually manually cleared all the snow, and it took me like an hour of real time. And then, of course, I fast forwarded time, so it'd be dark out for... oh, gosh, I can't see anything. That's scary. You can see all my tracks for when I was clearing snow. But I fast forwarded time, so it'd actually be dark out for our little Christmas festival or Christmas market or whatever you want to call it. And, of course, all the snow melted. So I didn't want to have to respawn snow on the map because then I had to clear it all again, so I had enough of that. Anyhow, so I learned my lesson. Fast forward to the nighttime and then clear the snow so it's all still on there. But anyhow, if we come around here, beautiful Christmas market right here. I used many different mods. We'll turn off our truck. But it's very cool. And I'm going to turn up the volume on the game pretty high because there should be some things in here that make some noise. We open up it's up here. I don't know. Some of these things do stuff. This one. Here we go. Pour beverage. I think we can move all these too, which is craziness. Yeah. That's the sound of them pouring the beverage. These are by Omatana, by the way, and these things are super well detailed. This one, is this one designed? Yeah, here we go. Play music. This is awesome. That's fantastic. That one we gotta wait to be done though, before I can do anything else. Look at this, little collectible things are on there for the presents. And there's this guy. Is this actually a sleep trigger? Oh my gosh, this works as a sleep trigger. Oh, this thing is so cool. So yeah, I got a lot of cool different ones, and then this one was sent to me by Darren Dill. So was this thing here, and then a lot of these were in the mod hub. These Christmas lights, these guys were part of a Christmas pack, but these Christmas lights, all these benches and everything, are from Omatana. Oh, it's something with the music. This one has another thing going on. I believe it's this one. And little flute floats. Oh, I love it. It's so cool. But yeah, guys, I mean, yeah, just a little Christmas thing. Just something a little bit off the, you know, just something different. But there you go. That's what I got for you guys. Seriously, that's it. That's all I got. I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas and a very happy New Year. Thank you guys for coming and watching. You guys are awesome. That is the end of our little Christmas special. So if you guys enjoyed, drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Oh, one thing, too, before I forget to wrap up the episode. Make sure you go order some FarmerCut merch. There are hats on there now. There are like these desk pads on there now. And there's also the FarmerCut 2022 Christmas mugs, which will only be a little bit available for like a little bit after Christmas. And I'll probably, by the first of the year, I'll probably have them removed off of there. But it's just farmercop.com or farmercopstore.com. I believe either of those will work for you. So farmercop.com is probably the easiest. But yeah, go order those. And our money is up right now on here because I'm on the wrong. I should note that as well. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. It's showing our farm because I was doing stuff with the snow whenever. But January now, we are rocking and rolling pretty much. We had a nice Christmas special. The Christmas market has been taken down, and now we're on to the new year and on to more things. We have barley growing here. And we, of course, have our grass here. I'm not sure yet what we'll plant here, but I do want to check. We do need to sell our soybeans off, if at all possible. Let's take a look. 1237 in June, so we still have a little ways before we're going to be where we're going to want to sell those off. But that's one of our goals this episode, hopefully to get those sold off. I think, yeah, I'll do some research, take a look at our subscriber contracts that we have out and about, and see what we should plant in these couple of fields. But we do have some nice, lovely barley growing up over here. It doesn't look like it's doing great, but that's because it's all frozen right now. That's all good and dandy. On our productions, let's check on, well, check on our animals first here. Chickens are gonna need some feed here pretty soon, but they're doing good otherwise. The horses, so there's a new horse helper mod installed now, so I'm hoping it'll work better, and that was thanks to Nick Stegman. He updated it so it actually work with other pens, so I'm hoping that it'll work for us now. So we'll see here. But if we take a look at our productions, we're making some popcorn, which is all fine. And we have a lot of popcorn. Good heavens, that's a lot. So we'll take a look at that here in a bit. Sorghum flour we were making. I think we sold it all off. We don't really need to make... I mean, I'm not sure what else we're going to make with that mill. We could do some more flour if we want to, but for now it's fine. But those are our productions that we have, since obviously we sold off our other farm that we had over here. So it's no longer our farm over there. All that equipment's got sold off with it. So... yeah, we're doing good, I think. We do have some money in the bank. How much we have in here? We have 7,389. Let's go ahead and just stock up on a couple of things with you guys in here just because we have the money. Let's buy another, maybe another 10,000. We have a lot of money right now. Let's buy 10,000 liters of seed. How much do we have in here? 12,000 liters solid fertilizer. Let's get back to solid fertilizer. Let's just buy another maybe 10,000 liters of that. That's really expensive, but then we should be good to go for a long time in terms of our products there. But yeah, so that's actually, I'm curious about the horse helper here. It should be installed. Everything should be all good to go. So 626 and their, fitness is not going up. Let's see if it goes up now into the next day. I think I put it in. If I didn't, I may have to double check that. If it doesn't work, it's probably because I forgot to put it in, but we can just go ahead and, oh, animal upkeep. It did bill us for it. Did they go up at all? Oh, they did. And they're, look at that. It's working. Thank you, Nick. Oh, that's fabulous. So these guys should go up quite a bit faster and actually get topped out. But we're going to keep going. We don't need to do anything else right now. I don't think we have anything actually to sell. We should take a look at that real quick, at least in terms of products. We have some eggs, not a lot, not enough that we need to worry about. We sold all of our flour off. I actually don't know what we're going to do with that. I mostly needed the flour for Rusty's situation, or his retirement party. There we go. Excuse me. I don't know why I said situation there, but it's all fine and dandy now. We sold our silage obviously off last year, made a ton of money on it. We still have plenty of hay left, so we probably don't need to make hay for a while. We have some honey pellets here, which actually, just because these are kind of disoriented, let's just move these out of the way. Someone did come up with a suggestion that we could park the auto load trailer right next to it, which, I mean, that is not a bad way in terms of getting them loaded up somewhere and put somewhere else, but I'm not too worried about it. It's not really a big deal for me to come over here and get that taken care of. Yeah, okay, I think we fast forward some more time. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put a break in here, I think, because, yeah, everything is working the way it should. I need to feed the chickens here in a bit, so they're probably good till tomorrow, though, to be fair. These guys are doing great. Hopefully we can get them all sold off at some point. And, yeah, we'll get some stuff planted. I'm not sure. We have a lot of money, obviously, right now. I'm not sure what we're all going to spend it on. I'll kind of take a look at some of our subscriber contracts. I'd like to knock some of those out. That'll make us some more money as well. But if we can get our soybeans off and get some other stuff done, maybe add some businesses in this episode, I think that'd be a good goal for us. So anyhow, on that note, I will see you guys here in just a bit. Welcome back into spring, ladies and gentlemen. So our money has gone down. I did spend about $100,000. I apologize, but some screaming deals here. First off, this thing, 64 grand, 50% off. I don't know, why do I have super strength on? Let's turn that off. 64 grand, a screaming deal. 12-meter planter. We do have a 6-meter planter, but I want to upgrade and start getting bigger stuff as we go. So this is one thing that I saw that I really wanted to get. Now it does require, so this guy I think is the only one that could pull it right now, because I think it requires, I want to say, how much? 300 horsepower. Yeah, 300 horsepower. So that's the only one that can pull it right now, because this guy has 225, but still, as we start to upgrade and get some bigger pieces of equipment, that is a great thing to have. So I'm happy about that. We'll hold on to our other planter for now, just because I think that'll be a good idea. And then I also bought another thing, but we're going to go up to the store, and that'll also be great. It's a direct drill as well, so we can do all of our planting, and I think because of that, I think I'm going to plant sunflowers in these 2 fields here, which I think will be really good for us. But if you take a look, our horses are just cruising up in value, which is awesome because we need the money. Where's our truck? Our truck's way out here. We are actually going to... We're going to sell this trailer off that we have on the back of this truck because we no longer need it. We paid full price for it, but that was what I spent $34,000 on, or around $34,000, was a tractor, a trailer that is a much larger capacity. So this one holds, I think, I want to say 34,000 or something like that. I think that's the capacity for it, something like that. We can actually take a look real quick. Trailers. So this one, 35,000, but this one I bought 55,000. It was on sale. It was like 60 or 70% off, so really good deal on it. So we are going to take this up because we no longer need it. The benefit of this one is, though, it does have those two compartments, which is kind of nice. Gosh, part of me is tempted to keep it. You know what? It's not... You know what? We might actually keep it. I'm having second, because it has 2 compartments. It's kind of nice. It makes it easier to haul stuff around. We're not going to get a lot of money for it, and we can afford to hold on to it. So I think, yeah, you know what? Look at that. We're holding on to it. I apologize for us driving up here. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. So we're going to drive back, and we're going to hold on to this. No new businesses yet. I'm going to add some new businesses in. I did get a call from someone saying they're working on getting a movie theater built up in the area. They said, it was Matt Taylor, actually. Matt Taylor said he's working on getting a movie theater built up in the area. He said that he heard that we had some popcorn being manufactured, and he'd like to buy that for a little bit higher than the going price. And I said, absolutely. But his comment, Matt Taylor says, "Good afternoon, FC. I'm thinking of moving my family out to the country from the city. My family has always been in the film industry and was thinking of opening a movie theater called Wetzel's Theater." Oh, I hit a tree, of course. Go figure. So there we go. He said we could cut costs by getting our popcorn and other snacks that you may provide. So for now, we got popcorn for him, which I think will be great. So there we go. That is what we're going to work on for Matt Taylor. I think we should be able to accomplish that contract today. I will go pick up that other trailer. But what I am going to probably do is probably put another cut in here. And I'm going to do a time lapse of me planting those fields. I think that'll be probably worthwhile. It'll be pretty straightforward and everything like that. But I think doing a time lapse of me planting would be kind of nice. I haven't done a time lapse in this series in a little bit, so I think some of you guys will enjoy that. But I'm going to go pick up that trailer, bring it back down to our farm. We'll have those 2 trailers, so that's fine. But we're starting to upgrade stuff and get our bigger farm going. One other thing I think we need to do this year is buy some land, which let's actually take a look at that while I'm thinking about it, talking about it here. I would like to get these 2 plots. Oh, that's right. I forgot we own that plot. I totally forgot that. Wow. Okay. That one's a little too expensive right now. Let's take a look at the other stuff around us. Because if any of these come up as like, that's a pretty good deal right there. 20%. Those are about 20.5 off. I think we're going to buy this one as well. Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, we get a better price later for it. Let's go ahead and buy that. And this one's also a good deal. Let's go ahead and buy that because we're not going to lose money eventually on it. So we'll buy those 2 plots of land. So I know we're starting to just kind of drain through that money. We still have a lot of money going for us. And we still have a lot of grass silage we're going to do this year and stuff like that. It will be kind of nice if we got a BGA opened up here soon. A couple people have messaged me about that. So maybe we'll get a BGA open up here soon. Once the highway gets rolling and everything like that, we can add some more stuff off the highway. I think that'll be good for the town and getting the town to be bigger and everything like that. But yeah, so I'm going to put a time lapse in. That's what you guys are going to see next. It's a time lapse and me getting some planting done. And then we will head in probably and take a look at some stuff here inside the city, some new businesses and stuff that I'm going to add in after that. And I think that'll probably be about where we wrap up the episode. We'll probably be close to 20 or so minutes there. Yeah, so that's the plan. I know I've been doing shorter episodes in general for this series. I'd rather do like a good short episode instead of like, I don't know. I'd rather do more short episodes than, you know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. What I guess I'm trying to say is I'd rather do 2 short episodes every week that are 20 minutes long rather than do one like 35 to 40 minute episode every week. So I'd rather do the 2 episodes. It just makes it a little bit easier for me and makes it easier to keep track of everything and keep things separated out. So that's going to be the plan. Yeah, I forgot that we bought that land, which is good. Eventually we'll buy this land. I obviously will fill this all out. I would like to get this whole, just a big, massive farm going. I think that would be really cool to do. So that's kind of where we're trying to head in this series and get, obviously we're building up our farm from, we started with nothing, absolutely nothing, which is great. So we're doing good. But there you guys go. I will do a time lapse here and I'll see you guys after the end of the time lapse.
1,000 times before. Baby, it's now or never. Gotta leave this town, and I know what you're asking for. You say it's out of my reach, but I can't pretend no more. 'Cause for as long as I remember, it's been stuck inside my mind. You can't ask me to surrender when reaching for the dream keeps me alive. 'Cause it's keeping me alive. Interstate might take me nowhere. Anywhere is better than the places I have been. Sunsets in
All right, welcome back in, everyone. So, yeah, a few things. We had our trailer sitting over here, our red one, that one right there. Excuse me. It had some wood chips in it from when we sold off for other farm, so I went ahead and sold those off. We got like $800 for them. They weren't the best price or anything, but I just wanted to get them kind of out of the way. I also bought some more herbicide. I bought a bunch, so I bought well, not a bunch, but about 4 pallets, so $9,600 worth. I also did our silage harvest, so I cut our grass over in our grass field, got it refertilized, and I put all the bales up over there because since we have all this land now through here, I don't know what kind of customization I'm going to do next episode or this year in game. I guess I should say this year in game. So I don't know what's going to change. So I didn't want to have them in the way, so I put them over there. And then in general, field care like weeds and fertilizing and stuff like that, I just kind of do that off camera because you guys have seen me do that. So I probably won't mention that I do that a whole lot. I just wanted to note that as well. And yeah, I also sold our little autoload trailer that we had for our products, but I bought this autoload trailer. This is normally 30 grand. I actually just leased it and we're on the wrong farm. I apologize. I was working on stuff. Make sure everything's off there. Let me get switched back to our farm. I was working on stuff in the town. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. So I bought this. I'm hoping it'll work good with the popcorn. So what we're going to do now is we're going to deliver the popcorn. I'm hoping this will work out perfect for us. They are on storing. Let's change to spotting. 81,000 liters in there. I don't think they're all going to fit in here, but at least that's so much popcorn. Oh goodness, that's a lot of popcorn. But they should auto stack in there because it should be the same mod setup as the other one, that other trailer. So if we just back it up. Maybe a little bit further. There we go. And then we turn on the auto load. Should work. Maybe we have to be next to it. Oh no, there we go. It worked for at least one of them. We might have to be next to it though. Based on that, I'm going to say that we need to be next to it. I should have parked right on top of it though. Starting to load those up. Let's try next to it. That might work better. Oh yeah, that worked a lot better. Oh, this is going to hold a lot too. This is going to be great. I'll try to get a little bit closer here. There we go. That should do it. And then as they start spawning here in a second, it should load them until it's full. So I'm going to drink a coffee here real quick. Oh yeah, 18 out of 50 pallets. That holds a ton. That's awesome. We're still going to have to make multiple trips, but... Oop, that was a weird collision there. Let's try to get on the other side of that. No, gosh darn it. There we go. 50 pallets. 35,000. So we still have to make several trips, which is crazy. We can close that down though. All right. And on that note, we can drive this and deliver it to the theater, which actually I didn't put a sell point there, so we might have to put a sell point in over there once we get there. But okay, there's also some, so I didn't add a lot of businesses in, I just added in the theater. The reason being, I got a little carried away working on a road project, which you guys are going to think is legit. It's probably already the thumbnail, to be honest, but it took me so long, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how I made it, because I did have some complaints when I was doing the road construction stuff. People will ask, like, oh, I want to see more of the road construction. I'm not going to show you how I made it, because I already made it, but I'm going to talk about how I make it and show you guys kind of the way, or the how to go about making it, I guess. That's kind of what I want to say. But this right here overpasses, and I put a lot of detail in. I'm really happy with how it turned out. So we drive right under there, under that bridge, which is fantastic. And the benefit of this, so as you're coming down this way, if you wanted to go left here, so I took away, basically, I should just get into flight mode. So basically I took away the road that goes through here, because I don't know, I might put something here, but it'll connect there. It doesn't make sense to have that be a road through, especially with a highway like that right there. It doesn't make sense to have a road through there. So I may even connect this over there and have them come in this way for this guy, just to help open the highway up a little bit more. We'll see how we do it. But this is kind of just a way to kind of go around the side. I put some billboards in, some little drainage pipes. I tried to make it kind of decorative, but the way I did this is using the landscaping tool, using this slope tool. If you haven't seen my video on how to landscape, that will help as well. But you can set the slope target, which I right click there to set the slope target, and then I would just smooth up there. I did it about this wide, and I made sure I had the intensity all the way up. And then I just very slowly, I started here, right where the intersection was going to be, and I very slowly worked my way up here. I did the same thing over here. I just worked my way around. And in terms of these chunks of land here, because these are just placeable bridges that go across, I just raised it up as high as I wanted to, and then I flattened it out, and then I put the bridge down, and then I raised this up over here with the bridge just hanging over it, flattened it out, did the same thing over here until I had the 3 points. Now these placeable lights, they were allowed to go on there, and that's a placeable on there. Yeah, so I just did some placeables, tried to make it look nice, put some fences along there. It's kind of, I didn't have like a guardrail set up. That'd be kind of cool to have guardrails, but those worked out. I think they're nice little short little fences, but they worked out pretty good. So if we actually take it, which I kind of want to, because I have not driven anything on it yet. So hopefully it's not just god awful here, but if we take it with a truck, now the problem is I think if you have more than one car on here, because ideally you'd be able to go both directions. Oop, I mean open that up. All right, let's see how it goes. Yeah, we'd be in a lot of trouble if we ran into our truck coming the other way, I think, but once we got up here, that wasn't that bumpy. It's a little bumpy, you can see. But not too bad, honestly. I'm pretty happy with how that worked out. I think that's great. We'll head back over the other way here just because that's where we want to go for the theater. But yeah, that's pretty fantastic. I am pretty happy with how that turned out. I'm pretty happy with that. That is fantastic. Now, make sure if you do anything like this, save and turn off your autosave. That's what I did for it. Oh, that one was a little bumpier going down, but it does look fabulous. So I'm really happy, honestly, with how it turned out. Yeah, that makes me happy. I'm glad that turned out the way it did. All right, we'll try to turn this way. There's the new movie theater. So I also had to get a little creative with the movie theater. Definitely not as impressive as that in terms of creativity, but it does work out. So what I had to do, you guys are going to crack up at this one here. So what I did for the Wetzel's Theater, these are sheds, but I faced the doors for them, like the garage doors on the inside facing each other. Because I figured a movie theater's got to be a pretty big building because it's got those big theater rooms. So I did that. Here's kind of your lobby, and I did this building this way. And this is the same building as this, just faced the other way and kind of into the building there. And then I put little decorative objects there, a little parking lot. So yeah, it's not great, but I think that works out pretty good. I put just a little Wetzel's right there. So we have our first load of popcorn, which I didn't give them a sell point. I probably should put a sell point in there for them, honestly. Let's go ahead and switch over to... this should not take too long. If we join that farm, it's going to kick us out of our truck, which is fine. If we put sell points, those are the F Patrol ones. Selling station plane, government drain, harvested goods and produced goods. I might actually do this one. We'll see if that one actually takes popcorn. So they'll pay us a little bit above. I'm gonna say we'll just do 20% above the whatever we make from this sale here. I'm assuming that that's gonna. Well, let's actually take a look here. I'd like to see where that's at. Where's popcorn at here? I actually think popcorn's towards the bottom. Just grab that and go all the way down. Yep, there it is. Okay. We tag that. Boom, right there, 109. And that's a pretty good price. So 20% above that is great. The trick is going to be obviously getting in there. Which that actually went far better than I would have thought it would have gone. Thankfully, this person has their gate or their entrance right across the way. If we back this in there. And sorry, it's early morning for me, so my voice is a little craggly. Haven't gotten enough coffee in me yet. Please don't tell me I have to unload this manually. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Let's auto-load that back up again. Let's close that out. Now we know that it goes on the left side right there. Oh goodness. I won't have anything in. Oh, interesting. We only have 11,000 now. Did it sell some of it? 16 pounds. Oh, I didn't switch us back to our other farm either, which I need to make sure I do here in a second. It must have sold some of it then. Oop, I don't want to hit that. Yeah, I had to have sold it. Well, that's kind of a bummer there. We had 35,000 total liters. Let's just sell it all under here, and then we'll just pay us the money. Let's go ahead and see if we can't. We'll just dump it out. We can always just throw it in there. This might just be what we have to do. This is just the creative farming in me here. And it's completely empty. All right. Oh boy, I can't throw them. It's gonna drive me crazy. Are we getting paid any money for this? Oh, it's our sell point, technically speaking here. Because we own it. Right, that makes sense. That checks out. But wouldn't we... we should still get paid for it, though. How come we're not making any money? I'm so confused. I don't know what I did, folks. If you know what I broke, let me know down in the comments. Other than just the game in general. Okay, let's go ahead and switch back to our farm. If we go here. Well, wait a second. We only had 202. Oh, because it was our popcorn? Did it sell? Because, oh my gosh, I'm so confused. So we had 35,000 liters. 35,000. So 35 times, what was it, 109? Okay, 38.15. I think we should have gone up higher than that then. Maybe. No, actually, that's about right. That's exactly right. We did get paid for it. That is craziness. But we get our extra 20%. So let's add that on there. Times 1 point. Actually, it's just 2 times 0.2. So we get an extra $763. There we go. All right, now it's all good. Wow, what a dramatic way to end the episode there. On that note, folks, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Next episode, we're gonna try to add some more housing in. I think we need some more houses for this this lovely town here. We'll add some more businesses. I won't go crazy on the road work. I will do some more road work. Every episode, I'm gonna extend that a little bit, I think. And then I also would like to do some upgrades on our farm and get our farm expanded out a little bit more. Get some fields ready for next year. So that's kind of we're gonna sell our soybeans in a bit here, but you can just ignore that for now. So, okay, so everything's going well. Actually, our grass should be ready. If it's not yet, it'll be ready soon. Okay, not quite ready, so it'll be ready next month in July or tomorrow in June. Could be either or there. But our barley is ready to go, ready to harvest. That's barley, right? We got barley. No, we planted barley, didn't we? Yes, okay, thank goodness. And then we have sunflowers there, which is great. So yeah, our barley's ready to go. So we're gonna get all of that harvested here in just a second. I did sell some more popcorn. We had another truckload of popcorn. I took it down and sold it in this. We didn't make a lot of money off of it, obviously off of it, but we did get some. And this is our trailer now. If you remember, last time we had leased the trailer But I ended up buying it because there was one on sale for like 50% off or close to 50% off. So I decided that it was worth the 17 grand to buy it or whatever it was. So yeah, so I decided to buy that. Executive decision there. But other than that, nothing else has really changed. Made a little bit of money, spent 17 grand, so typical. But yeah, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna hop in our truck and get some soybeans sold off with you guys in here. And I do have a steering wheel and pedal now, so I've been enjoying using those bad boys. It makes my driving somewhat better or worse. I don't know actually if it's which one it actually really is. But it changes my driving. How about that? This is our first time using our really big, we're gonna try to use our really big trailer because we only have 20,000 liters of it, so it should be fine in probably either trailer. Easy does it. Come on now. Seriously? We gotta back up more even with it? It'd drive me crazy. Holy smokes! Really killing me now. Oh, there we go. We had it for a second there. All right, perfect. So we're hooked up. Let's go to our silo. And I think the best place is the sell everything container. I think that's the best price right now for the soybeans, but we're finally going to get these soybeans sold off. What I want to do in this episode, I want to add some more businesses in. I want to get, obviously, our crops taken care of, and then, without running over too many of them. And then I do want to add in, I want to do some upgrades on our farm. I think that's what we kind of need at this point. That's fine. Go. All right. Let's switch it over to our soybeans. I can't remember how much this holds, but this should obviously have plenty of space. But I think, yeah, I'll let that save there for a second. Take a look. Soybeans are gonna be best sold at, I think that's the best price there, 11.68. Yeah, sell everything container, which should be that right there. All right, and there we go. We're hardly even filled at all, which is all fine and dandy. Let's move ourselves around this way. We'll get rocking and rolling here. I may do some more in-cab driving as we go, which, I mean, we can probably... There we go, got our cover on there. Might as well put it on there. I might as well do some in-cab driving here, but as you can see, the wheel's pretty nice in terms of how it responds to everything. But we'll drive into town. I'll stay with you guys, or I'll have you guys stay in here for now, because we're going to make some good money off of this, I think. Our soybean sale here, so... I mean, we're probably going to make, what, 25? Well, probably close to 30,000, yeah? I think close to 30,000 if I'm doing my mental math correct, which is pretty good for us, so we'll definitely take that. Full speed ahead here. And I think we need to take a... I think if we go down this way, this is perfect here. Yep, there we go. Getting lost in my own town that I've created. With the help of you guys, of course, as you guys have given me good business ideas and business suggestions for what should be in here. So I do appreciate that. And this should be... Oh no, it's the next yard here this turn. There we go. And I probably will want to hop out to back up into that a little bit easier. Hop out of our in-cab driving. There we go. Perfect. Does that actually lift up that way, straight away? Oh no, it just kind of opens that way. I was about to say that would be quite the lift gate there. Let's see how much we get for our beautiful soybean harvest that we have here. Any day now. Taking our time unloading them, that's true. I guess if they're the way this bed is designed, it would take a little bit to unload them. So you probably have to hop up in there and scrape them all out and stuff. There we go, 25, okay, so not quite 30, but $25,600, which is pretty good. I'll take that. What I'm going to do now is I think I'm going to put a cut in here. And then I'm, just because I'm feeling really crazy, let's just drive through this. But I think I'm going to put a cut in, and then I think we'll have you guys watch maybe a time lapse of the harvest. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to do a time lapse of the harvest because there's 2 harvesters that I'm going to run on there to try to speed things up a little bit. I'll probably do a time lapse of some kind this episode. I try to do one every other, about, I don't know, maybe every episode or so. It just kind of depends. But I will do a time lapse probably this episode at some point. I don't know what that's going to be of or anything like that, but we'll see how it goes. But anyhow, I'm going to put a cut in here. I'm going to start getting everything harvested, all of our barley harvested. And I'll bring you guys back in later on. I'm not sure what we're going to be doing later on, but we may talk about some of the stuff and do some of the upgrades to our farm. Again, I have no idea what the thumbnail is at this point in my video. So, yeah, I'm going to keep rocking and rolling, and I'll see you guys here in a bit.
You wake me up in the middle of the night. You say I cannot wait till the morning. Some things just have to be done in the middle of the pouring rain. I still remember the look on your face, how you smiled the first time I met you. But when I look at you now, there's no trace. I guess it's all been erased. You tell me that it's over, that we just hurt each other, but we don't have to end up this way. We're underwater, way off the shoreline. I try to reach you, but you're drifting away. We're underwater, but there's still time left. If we want it, we can breathe again, breathe again. I'm not surprised that you're feeling this way. I've long known that you're bothered by something. I don't believe that you're right when you say that we're better off this way. Guess it's true.
All right, welcome back, everyone. Oh, and I just realized what I need to do real quick before we get too far here. I totally forgot to turn this baby up. There we go. All right, so you may wonder why I put both of our trailers in here. We are going to sell both of them, and you might think we are crazy, and it is kind of crazy, but we're going to go ahead and, yeah, we're going to get it figured out. So 200,000, so let's see how far above we're able to get above 200,000. Sell. Okay. Sell. Okay, so 236. We just made about 36,000 selling those two. And then let me make sure this is not set anywhere weird. But this guy, looked at it right here. I was like, oh, look, more trailers, but those are the ones we just sold. Look at this guy. Now, it can do 110,000 liters in the single tank configuration, and it still does all the crop types. So this thing is legit. We have to use it. We have to get it. I'm gonna go none on the side decals. I kind of like the beacon lights being on there. Oh, the license plate. I don't really care too much about that. But yeah, the rest of it's fine. Does it cost a lot to change the color? Not a ton. We might go with a different color. Kind of like that silver there. So there we go. Okay, $55,409. So yeah, we spent an extra 20 grand on the upgrade there, but I think personally it's going to be really cool and really worth it. I'm using my keyboard and mouse right now to steer, by the way. You'll know, I'm sure you guys can probably pick up when I'm using each one, but there we go. So, and these trailers actually do kind of make it easier to turn and deliver stuff because they'll turn with you a little bit. And you can chain multiple of these guys together. So if we get more of these guys, we can do, oh, how come I have the dual tanks? Wait a second. Hold on. Backing it up, backing it up. I swore I chose the single tank. Let's make sure of that real quick. Now, the other thing, too, is I think it's a free configuration, so I don't think it'll cost us anything to configure it real quick. And that should pick up the trigger. Okay, let's see here. Okay, customize. Yeah, dual tank, single tank. Okay, it should be a single tank now. Yep, it's a single tank. All right, weird. I don't know why. Did I do that? That might have been my fault. Regardless, we have a single big tank, 110,000 liters, and it has like a 66-ton capacity. So, weight-wise, we should be fine to hold that much. Is it a little unrealistic? Yeah, probably. Honestly, yeah, that's probably about double what this trailer would actually hold. But we're not trying to get an unreal capacity modification or anything like that. It's just that trailer. This is a great trailer, and I think it looks good, and I think it'll fit well for our farm. So there we go. But while we're in town, there are some new businesses, might I show you. First one is right here. We have a plumber in town, so plumbing on there. Some just different pipes and stuff, an old fire truck back there, all the standard stuff. This is from a comment made by Mr. the Killer Clown. Says, hey, Farmer Cop, with all the people and businesses that are moving in, you need to update your plumbing system. I'm a plumber in real life, and I've always wanted my own business. I could add the septic tanks for the houses and run the businesses to the new city system. So there we go. This is our plumber. We need a plumber in town. I agree. That's something that's needed. And then right here, right next to the movie theater, we have Mark Thor's Seafoods Restaurant. It says, great episode, FC. I like to have my seafood, and that's in quotes, that's S-E-E, intentionally, not like seafood, like, yeah, anyhow. A restaurant back in town. I'll buy any fruit, veggies, cereal, meat, dairy, cooking oil, wine, or anything I can use in the restaurant. I'll pay whatever the going is. Rate is plus 2% if you look after me. Look forward to the next episode. Keep it up. So there we go. Mark Thor's traditional restaurant is back. And now there's a lot of extra space back here. So what I decided to do is kind of role play it like Mark is good friends with the movie theater owners. And so they have extra parking here that they use from Mark Thor's place. And that way he gets some more traffic in terms of people coming through here after they get the movies, everything like that. So yeah, there we go. Now I know this isn't probably the ideal restaurant I would have chosen or the ideal setup. Obviously it says Mama Joe's on it. But this is kind of the only other restaurant option we had that's not out there. If you guys have any like PC or building mods or anything like that you can find to add more stuff in, let me know. I'm always down to add some more stuff in. But anyhow, there we go. And then finally, in our little kind of shopping strip here, we have a butcher now. We have a butcher right in this building right here. Psychotic Butcher was the person who commented, said, okay, hear me out. Psychotic Butcher's Animal Store. Get your animals and fresh cuts from the local butcher. So there we go. We have Psychotic's Butcher right there. And those are the 3 businesses I added in. And honestly, I'm surprised I added in 3 businesses today. And you'll see why. Because I did a ton of work on the highway. It took me forever, I feel like, to do it. So we are no longer going to take this underpass to go under there. That road will still go somewhere eventually. So it wasn't all for naught to have that second bridge there. But to get to our farm now, we take this route because the highway people have been busy. Let me show you. As you can see, they've extended it further along, and that's the entrance to our farm right there. Now, it doesn't seem very far from the town compared to how, oh geez Louise, just about ran over off the road there. It doesn't seem as far as it would have been before. You can see they're still continuing out this way. Here's a turn in here, and then power lines and everything. I love it. But if you look at the actual map itself with where we're at, we own this land, so they can't build on it. So the highway's going right along here, so it goes down here. It kind of makes a turn, goes up this way, and it's going to keep going eventually until it gets to here. Then it's going to cut here, and then it's going to head just up this way until I kind of role play it going off the map right there. So that's kind of the plan for the highway long term. I think that's a good plan for it. I think I'll like that as an option. I know before it went this way as well. In the last series, it kind of went off this way, but this gives us this whole area, which the highway used to go in, I think, halfway, or maybe it was a third of the way in. So we're going to do a little bit more with this. Now, if you remember from what we own these 2 chunks. I do want to buy this one pretty bad. I also want to buy this one, and this one. So obviously we want to keep filling those in. This chunk looks perfect for its own big field. But what I think we'll do, since we don't have that one yet, eventually I would like to I think we'll make a field here, maybe sooner rather than later. We do have a lot of forestry work that we'll have to do, so we'll probably get another one of those small sawmills set up. But let's go ahead and drive this in here, and then we'll go into flyover mode. We'll kind of take a look at the farm. Oh, and also I did put a little, obviously, as you guys already know, I did put a little time lapse in of, yeah, I did a little time lapse of some mowing. So there you guys go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Just something I figured I'd throw in there since I haven't done one of those in a while. But yeah, so our farm, we need to start getting a little creative about it, and I think it's time for us to modernize as well. So actually, yeah, we're going to actually go straight into build. Well, you know what? Let's go into flyover mode first. I think it'll be easier from there to see what we're talking about. So this is our farm now. We own, if we open the map up, we own this line. Our field goes out on this line right here up to about here. Then it cuts over to about here. Then it cuts back down. So we own this big chunk of land here. It's not the most useful, and then it kind of cuts back in, and then we own that because we don't own these 2 chunks. And yeah, it's kind of a weird shape. So the problem with what we own right now, which if we look in the menu is, again, these chunks here, missing these 2 here, is there's not really a lot I want to do with those yet, because here I would like this to be a big field. I think this could be a big field along here, connected to this, and we make that a big field. Now, I don't want to do that big of a grass field, so then we'd change the grass to somewhere else. And what I thought about that is maybe once we buy this chunk, we do that transition. We buy this chunk, we can put maybe the grass field up over here. I don't want to do a huge grass field. Honestly, this one is about as large as I would want to go because there's a lot of work to do the grass. But we could have this chunk of land focus on grass work, have maybe like some sheds out here for our grass equipment, do all the mowing out there, and then have a storage yard for it, and then have it only take up like, I don't know, maybe 2/3 of that block for the field and the rest of it for storage and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of what I thought in terms of, where's the highway? Here it is. So that would be for this chunk right over here. Now this stuff might get developed with other stuff. I actually probably will put maybe another farm in there, maybe like a competing farm, or actually, honestly, we could own it as well. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to do a ton. I might even just kind of leave it alone, or maybe do a park there or something. Yeah, so anyhow, I just kind of leave that alone, but that can be our mowing area right here. That kind of block there. And then this block, what I want to do is put like a house and maybe some sheds up in here. Start storing. Well, actually, honestly, I'd rather store some of the equipment down here in the kind of the epicenter of the farm. I think that makes a little bit more sense, maybe around the lake here. So I'll put some sheds in eventually, but I think this is where our house should go, is maybe right on this chunk right here where we don't have a lot of room for like farming and stuff like that. But we do need a better house than what we have right now. And we can put a small garage up here as well. So I think that's what we're going to do this episode. But obviously there's not a ton we can do right now in terms of our land, I don't think. So let's go ahead and take a look at maybe putting in a house. Now this is a little askew. This is going to cost us a pretty penny. I just want to forewarn. We can make that bigger. That'll make it quicker. But this is going to cost us some money. But sometimes that's just the way it is. Actually, that didn't cost us what I thought it was going to cost. I thought that was going to be more expensive, though I do want to take out some more of that. Kind of go along there, and then I do want to soften that. Okay, about 20,000 in landscaping so far. Now buildings, let's go to farmhouses, and let's kind of pick out a house that's going to look good. Now, obviously, there's definitely some options, some small ones, but I think we need to get like a legit house. Now, I was thinking for now, we need just something for now. So what I was thinking is maybe like this like little kind of mobile home for now. Oh, we could even get the silo living by Omaton. Now, maybe we won't use that. I don't think it really fits into what we got going on here. But yeah, later I want to get like a nice house. Honestly, this even like a little $30,000 house, that's not bad at all. Honestly, we could even just go with this 40,000 guy and then just call that good. I think that's a big enough house for us. Now the question is what color. I actually kind of really do like that red. So I think we'll go with this red house here. Yeah. Sleep triggers around back, which is great, fine and dandy. In terms of from the highway, I think we'll maybe put it like right there. Now I have some highway noise, I know, but I think we can do some things to kind of make that look nice and do a little bit better there. But the other thing I want to add in was like a shed, a small garage of some kind. Could just do a carport, but I'd like it to actually be like a legit garage, and we could park like some of our more valuable stuff in there. Now, I don't want it to be super, like that's already too big anyways, but there might be another option here that looks nice and is not super big. But if not, oh, like of course, this is perfect. This is perfect for our little setup here. Yeah, that's perfect. We're going to put that right there. I think that'll be, yep, right there. All right. Now, landscaping wise, let's go ahead and do some painting. We're just going to have a gravel driveway, because I think that makes sense with what we have going on. Actually, I'm going to do this shape. So I'm going to do gravel up to kind of where it hooks up to the road there. And then obviously this, I'm not going to do gravel the whole way into the farm, but I will go gravel up to about there because I think that fits well. Now, I want a little bit back here. I should make this a little bit smaller. I want a little bit of gravel back here because obviously we have that kind of set up there to go there. I'm going to kind of hook this in. Now, I do a lot of landscaping, and I know this is kind of making the episode a little longer, and I apologize for that. If you're not curious about landscaping, this is pretty much what we're going to do for the rest of the episode. I just want to be honest with you. A lot of you guys, though, ask questions about how I do a lot of the stuff on here, so I think this is probably helpful for some of you, or some of you care enough about this that you'll hang out and watch. We'll do that, kind of loop that around to there. We don't need a huge driveway area, and I kind of want it to, yeah, to kind of go into that like that. Then we can fill this in real quick. Perfect. So I really like that. And then I'm going to make this smaller again. I'm kind of paint some of that in there. I actually want that to go right up to the kind of the garage shop area. And this can also be grass through here. Now, problem is grass is super expensive to put in. And I also kind of want to put in some trees. So I think some trees will be good for kind of a sound barrier. Maybe a little bit bigger than that, but like that kind of style of tree, like those kind of like big poplars. Maybe something smaller. Oh, these are so expensive too. Whew, those walls, of course, that one's $2,000. Those ones are huge. We may go back to those smaller ones. Yeah, let's go back a little bit further here. See, like that's about the... Is that too big? Honestly, that's not too big. Oh, the other thing we could check real quick as well is fences. There might be a... Yes, a hedge. How tall is that? That's not tall at all. That doesn't even... That's not going to work for me. I don't think there's a taller option either. Oh, that would be kind of cool. Oh, there is. Yes, that would be much cheaper and I think much better overall for us if we have that in there. So, but I think we still need the trees as well. So what I'm thinking is we can have a little bit of space here, but I think maybe we even go right up to that. I think just along there, kind of add that part in and then maybe go up that way a little bit. Again, we're burning a lot of cash, but we're literally building a house. So, and this needs to be done. This needs to be done. I've had enough of our garbage house for long enough. I mean, I've been the one sleeping in there. Obviously not really, but also really. So, and this all has to be grass, which is this is going to be the cost right here. Get grass put in here is going to be the big. And goodness gracious, if we mess any of it up. I think it doesn't charge us if we put it over top of itself. Yeah, so this is just kind of got to be grass because it's going to make it look nice. It's got to look nice. We're burning through pretty much all the money we have. Well, again, we're going to make money off our silage and everything like that this year, so it's not like it really is the end of the world. And honestly, there was grass here, which is frustrating, but we did all the landscaping, so that got rid of the grass, which it is what it is. And I think we can just go big mode here. We've spent so much money on grass. There we go. And I don't really like some of those bushes there. All right. Now, tree-wise, now here's where it's going to get, again, even expensive again. Those aren't tall enough. This guy is $1,000, but it is, I think, about perfect. I think right on the other side of this, I think we do kind of as like a barrier, you know, from the road. I know it's expensive, but I think it'll be worth it because it'll look really nice. And we deserve a nice house, you know? We deserve a nice house, so. Go a couple this way to help kind of defend from that side. And that will dampen a lot of our sound. I know the sound actually isn't really an issue, but that'll theoretically dampen a lot of our sound and kind of give us some privacy there. Those might even be a little too tall, but I like that. I think that looks great. Now we need like a big, like, I don't know, we need like a nice, like that. That's a really nice tree to have in the backyard there. And then we need like a kind of an accent tree here, like something, doesn't be something big. Honestly, could be, no, that's not going to work. I've used so many of those on the highway. I'm going to try to use something different. Oh, like that one. Well, that kind of overhangs our road, which might irritate me. Honestly, it would irritate me pretty quick. I do like the look of that tree, though. I might put one back there. And these ones are a lot cheaper, so this is not a big deal. Like these little guys here are not a big deal for us to put 1,000. Maybe we'll just put some like little bushes. Yeah, kind of like that. I like that. Okay, obviously we started this process out with like, I don't know, like 160 or $180,000. And we have ended up with 30,000. But we have a really cool house setup. So there we go. That is our new house, our new residence. Farmhouse over here, which looks beautiful in the fall time. So fabulous because we own all this land up through there. Gosh, I actually really like that because it kind of makes it seem like that with the highway kind of like really kind of puts a firm kind of boundary on our land, which I like a lot. But yeah, so what are we going to do this episode? Well, I think we're going to harvest our sunflowers, and don't worry about that. I can't confirm or deny that I did that on accident. But anyhow, so we're going to use our old John Deere harvester, actually, and our big one over here. So over-engineered tractor is here. I'm going to have him just go ahead and start working on this right here. He's our helper, if you remember from our role play through the series here. So I'm going to have him work on this, because we have something we're going to work on. So he's going to work on that. And then we also have to do a mowing. We have to do some silage mowing, so I'll get that done today as well. But what I want to do is sell off some popcorn and some eggs, I think. But I think we're going to sell the eggs first. We should have a boatload of money that we make from our eggs. So let's go ahead and hop in our truck. Disconnect that bad boy there. And I think in terms of egg prices, I actually didn't even really look at the egg prices. I should probably do that first, huh? Anything 1400-ish is good. Yeah, okay, that's where we're gonna go anyways. We're gonna tag that. That's where we normally go. But if you remember, we have a deal, a subscriber contract, which if I look it up real quick, where we get a good deal here. So yeah, Spirit Fang, I got an excellent proposition for you. I will pay you 10% above market value for every 1,000 liters. That'll be from my farmer's market for me because I like scrambled eggs. So that's where he is at. So he'll pay us 10% above that even, so we'll get pretty much a solid price for our eggs. So that'll be like an extra $130. That'll put them at like 14 or like almost $1,500, if not around $1,500. So I think they should load up just fine into here. But yeah, see, let me open up that help menu so I know what I'm doing here. Yeah, B to auto load. Euro type pallet. Ooh, I have my curtain now. That's kind of cool. I hit Z. Interesting. Z's not doing anything now. But anyhow, that's pretty nifty, I think. Maybe did I hit N? I have no idea what I did to open that up. Oh, it says 50 pallets is how much it can take. Well, it's not going to need that much space, but I don't know how to close that now. I have no idea how I opened that. I literally just hit Z. Oh, gosh. X opens the back. I don't know, guys. Let's just go ahead and pull up Nexus. We have a lot of eggs here, so it's not going to be as much as we maybe could make, but I'm pretty excited to sell them. Here we go. I don't know if I can close that or not, so we may just be driving into town with that like that. We'll grab the partial pallet too. It doesn't matter. So 28,000 liters eggs. Yeah, we're going to do just fine off of this. Okay. Yeah, I have no idea how to close that. That opens up that. I don't want that open up. Make sure we don't drive off the road here. So yeah, we'll take this in, and then off camera, I'll get the sunflower harvest rolling and get all that done. I think, I don't know about that field that they're doing right now, but I know one of the other fields over there, if not both of them actually, need lime. Take the weeds off of there. Yeah, so both those need lime. That one's gonna need lime. So this one's probably gonna need lime as well. So we'll get a nice round of lime done. Now, we don't have very much lime in our little lime maker because we just haven't had any stones to put in it. So I will probably end up having to buy a bunch of lime, but that's okay. I might even get like a storage facility. Well, we don't have a lot of money. Well, we're about to have some more money, but our money's low after spending, oh gosh, we spent like $150,000 setting this house up. But I mean, actually, it was absolutely worth it. This looks fantastic on our farm. So that's what we're all about here. But yeah, we'll take the highway in here. Those trees do make it hard for us to see around in terms of coming traffic on the highway. But oh, and even these trees along here look fabulous in the fall. That is fantastic. I do need to come out here. I actually haven't looked at it with all these lights on and running. So I do need to do that at some point because I think that would look pretty sweet out here in terms of that. But yeah. Okay, we'll pull around. I think we can... I'm going to try to do it. It's going to be difficult to do. So I don't know how big that trigger is, but I think we can... Yeah, we'll see how we're going to do this. We're going to try to drive through it. Okay, we're selling some off. We had 28,000 some odd liters. So yeah, we'll just... Oh, gosh. Well, we'll see what that gives us. It's a very slow unload. Okay, 1872. Well, let's just look. Today we haven't sold any other products off. Right? Yeah, so sold products. So whatever's there, we'll give 10% above us. I think we're just going to have to unload it. I get rid of that. I want to get rid of that green beacon of hope there. There we go. Untag. All right, perfect. Ooh, we got a lot of it actually out. It's been unloading a lot of it. Okay. Never mind. I was more worried about it, but it's just going to take some time. Oh, where are they getting sold off, though? Oh, shoot, they're probably getting sold off there. Well, we'll see what the comparable rate, because we're trying to sell them off of that 10th. So that could be the issue, too. I think that's actually a big part of the issue. I think they take eggs there, which is they're taking all of our eggs. So that's a little bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and just unload these guys. Let's back off of those ones. Goodness. And then I'm going to just put these in here individually. Oh, I can't lift them anymore. Somehow my liftable pallets is because I think they got loaded in there, so I think I got them reset them somehow. Oh, they got to go all the way in there. Oh yeah, this is gonna be way off for us. I'm gonna have to do some finagling because I don't know what the farmers market. I'm pretty sure that's what that one is right there. It's gonna be Dutch's Delights. Which how much are they taking eggs for? Dutch's Delights, 12.20, which is definitely not 13.37. So, yeah, we're gonna have to. I'll do some math. So if we had 28,500 ish liters, we should get paid a total of. Well, let's go ahead and just put the rest of the eggs. It doesn't matter which one now because we're just gonna do the math on it. So now we're just gonna unload them there because it's easier. Oh, what a train wreck! That's what happens. You have sell points on top of sell points. I don't know how to put the curtains back on. This episode's going to be a great one, guys. Oh, boy. I don't know what's going on anymore. So, note to self, unload them manually into the egg tent. I might have to move him somewhere else. He does like to buy my eggs, but I may have to move him somewhere else. Okay, so we'll see. So, 28,500. So, 28.5 times, what was the price? 13.37. Then times 1.1. Oh gosh, I did it all wrong. 28.5 times 1337 or 1337 times 1.1. So we should have gotten $41,914 ish. So let's take a look at what we actually got. 35. So we're definitely short by a lot. So I'm going to subtract 35,517 from our total. So we're short 6,397.95. So let's give us 6,398. Because I think we had more than that as well. So let's just add that extra money in. Yeah, we got robbed by a lot there. All right, perfect. So we're good there. So on that note, oh goodness, the episode's already almost halfway over. I'm going to drive back out to the farm. We're going to get some sunflowers taken care of. I would like to do some additions on the farm today, maybe. I'm not sure how that's going to look like. I would love to close the curtain. Oh, there, it closed. It just wouldn't close with things in it. What in the weirdness? All right, I'm just not going to hit that button anymore. Oh gosh, I am really happy with how this turned out. I will be honest. This has just been fantastic. I love this highway. This is one of my, in those overpasses, one of my favorite creations I've ever done, I think, in Farm Sim. This has been fabulous to be able to do this. So, okay, yeah, because I think we could probably put, I don't know, maybe like a small field up over here. We do need to get some forestry done is what we need to do. We have a lot of trees. These ones up on the hill I'll probably keep because, let's be honest, we're not going to farm on top of that hill unless we flatten the hill out, which would be $1.5 million or something to that effect. So, yeah, we'll just kind of have to keep rocking and rolling. Ooh, of course, right into that one tree that's sitting there. Well, actually, with you guys in here, well, I'll decide where it's going to go later, but we need to put a sawmill down and do some forestry. So we'll have to work on some of that stuff. Well, you know what? Actually, with you guys in here, I'm going to do it because I don't know where it's going to go right now, and I want to do some forestry off camera, I think. So, honestly, I'm thinking right here. Well, the problem is that's slanted, isn't it? Actually, no, it's pretty flat. That'll be fine. Production. See if we can find that small sawmill. It's 10 grand to buy. Yeah, that's the back of it right there. Yeah, I think that would be okay. We button up into the horses a little bit. Oh, the pallets are on that left side, so let's get that more over there. So, oops, I don't want to do that, whatever I just did. I think right about there probably be good. It does kind of start butting up against our field a little bit, but I think that'll be good. All right, yeah, that works for me. I'm happy with that. It actually landscaped in pretty good, but what we will do is we will paint a little bit of grass through here because we want the horses to have a grass pen. So we'll do some of that. And then the pallets can spawn there. And we'll put some more dirt here. Actually, just at this point, this should just all be dirt. Let's be honest. I'm going to be driving everywhere when I'm trying to load those pallets up anyways. So we'll do that. There we go. It would look better if we put a little bit of grass right in there. Maybe just a touch right there. Yeah, something like that. Okay, perfect. So we added in our production building. I know it's 10 grand, but we're going to make that back no problem. And that'll be a good source of income for us if we do that. So I'm going to keep working on getting our sunflowers done. I'm also going to work on... Oh, and the last thing, actually, before I forget, last episode, I forgot to mention how much we got off our barley harvest. So there's 68,000 liters in there right now. But I did put probably close to... I mean, how much do the chickens take normally? They're low right now. That's 1,800. I think they're about this low, and I topped it off before filling up the silo. So we're doing pretty good in terms of that. And our horses are slowly gaining value. We've been feeding them and doing all that good stuff. So yeah, on that note, I'm going to put a break in here. I'm going to get some of that stuff done off camera, and then I'll bring you guys back in here in just a bit. All right, welcome back in, everyone. Good to see you guys. It is almost springtime. We are going to get ready to sell our sunflowers here in just a minute. We got off the harvest, in case you're wondering, 24,492 liters, and that price right there that I tagged, 821, is a screaming deal for them. Since it said, well, it had 804 in there a second ago, but yeah, so that is a really good deal. We're gonna go ahead and sell them all off there. Should get a decent chunk of change for it. But yeah, I did, in the meantime, I did sell off some popcorn. I also did our last silage harvest, and our silage got sold off. I paid, oh gosh, Lucky Logistics to haul it all away for 5 grand. So we paid him 5 grand. We made $140,000 selling all of our silage, which is awesome. I also did some forestry around the area. So we did get, if we go into, oh gosh, our productions here. We did get some wood planks because I got a few thousand liters of wood. I cut down a ton of trees, but they're all just like the little tiny ones that were kind of dotted about the yard. So I cleared a lot of those out. You can see through here, all those little brown spots where I marked trees to destroy. All those trees are cleared out of here. So we may put, well, I also contacted Darren Duel, or up over the rock crusher place there. There's, oh, get rid of that. These rocks here and there and a couple other places. That big one over there. Not the big mountains, but the one that's now in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, that one right there. But yeah, so a lot of these rocks, they're going to come out and get removed for us for a small fee, so no big deal there. We'll get those removed hopefully by next episode. But yeah, so those are all getting worked on. I did give us a lime silo because I did lime all of our fields. I also fertilized all of our fields as well. So all of our fields are fully fertilized and fully limed. And we got a new lime silo right over here. Is this guy? Yeah, this guy right here. So put some lime in it. No big deal. Bought a little bit of lime. But yeah, we just need something to put our lime in. So I put that little silo there. I think that's just easier for us to buy and store and stuff like that. Obviously, this makes lime from fieldstone, but we don't have a ton of fieldstone all the time to make lime. So that's just another way to go about it. But I think that is all of the updates I have for you guys in terms of what I've gotten done on the farm since you guys have last been in here. So I think we'll go ahead and sell off the sunflowers. I didn't add any new businesses in or anything like that. In the meantime, I should have probably done that. I might do that. There's our beacon of where we're going. I might do that before we end the episode. I probably will, quite honestly, because we need to add a couple things in. And then I'll look at over our subscriber contracts and stuff we got going on and see what we should plant in the spring. Get that door closed. There we go. So we'll kind of see how that goes and everything like that. But yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to plant as of right now. I might also, too, before the end of this episode, put in a new field. Well, actually, you know what? I might wait until everything... Oh, one thing I want to check, though, while you guys are in here. Let's go up to land. How are the prices? That's plus 31. We don't want to buy that. It's minus 25. I think we're going to buy that one, actually. Minus 5.8. It's not great. But this one, yes, we eventually want to buy this one anyway. So I think we're going to buy it because minus 25% is a pretty good deal. So let's go ahead and buy that guy right there. Because slowly we're trying to fill out all these 9 spots. So we have a couple more left. But yeah, so that gives us this chunk of land over here just on the other side of our house. So we'll get all that taken care of. And then ideally, I think if we look at the map here, I think I want to put a field in right through here. Oh, wait, no, we talked about making this my grass area, didn't we? Or no, was that this area? Because we're trying to buy... Oh, yeah, it was probably this guy right here was going to be our grass area. I did talk about that. So it might actually end up being this field and this field. I don't know. It's kind of... The problem with this is that it's a weird shape, and I think we'll connect these two fields here at some point. This field I probably will extend out and go over to here, and this field will probably become a massive field right here at some point. And then more fields will go, or another big field will probably go up there. Or we might even go a field that way. We'll kind of have to see how it goes, but I do want to leave this kind of forest area in here because I think it kind of adds some nice natural kind of scenery to it, if you will. But this forest here I'll leave in here as well, so we can probably put a field in right here. That'll be kind of an odd shaped field, but we'll put it in there. And then ideally probably this area through here is going to be our storage for all of our equipment. So this field's probably going to go away, and this is where we're going to store all of our equipment and put all of our sheds in here and stuff like that. Now we still do have that the old farmhouse up there, which actually, oh, I accidentally tabbed it over to it. We can actually just destroy this guy. Yeah, we'll get rid of that guy there. We don't get any money for anything, which makes sense because it's a little piece of junk. I don't know if we get anything for that. No, we don't. Hold on to that for now. But yeah, so this area kind of through here, this big area will be like a big storage yard, kind of like it is now, but a little bit better than that. And then up over here, we'll start putting in some fields. I don't know if we'll probably just use this chunk through here. I don't think here we'll probably start having fields and stuff. But yeah, so actually probably what we'll end up doing based on what we have set up here is I'll probably make a grass field that will go just maybe even over to here, like something like that. That'll be our new grass field instead of that, and do like grass there. And then storage over here for our grass equipment, probably, because that'll probably be a good area for a shed there on that far end. And then this will just be a normal field here. I think that'll be our good grass area. So that'll probably be what the plan will be. But let's go ahead and get back over to our truck and get that. Oh, actually, how much popcorn do we have as well? Need to check that. Popcorn's still running. Oh, it's almost done running, though. So eventually, once that's done running, I will sell all the rest of the popcorn off. That'll probably happen this episode, to be honest. I don't know if we'll make any more oatmeal or not. We'll leave it in there for now. I probably will actually eventually get rid of this. And I've also kind of decided this as well. Horses are doing fine. We're doing fine on horses. But I think after we run out of hay here, which honestly will be a long time, I think we'll stop working on horses. I think we'll stop doing some horses. I still want to keep doing chickens and maybe add in another animal. Like maybe we could do some sheep because sheep are pretty easy to care for when we just need grass for them. So yeah, they're pretty easy to care for, and they make wool for us, and we can take the wool and probably make like some clothing or something. But let me know what you guys think down below. Ooh, where am I going with this? I'm just thinking about my animals. I'm going to go drive over to see them. But yeah, so we have some different options of stuff that we can do and everything like that. So let me know what you guys think, but I think that we'll probably get rid of them at some point. I don't really want to do cows in this series because cows are going to be a little bit more complex in terms of their feed and requirements. I guess we could just feed them hay and go that route. That is a way we can do things. We don't need that. We need sunflowers, which is not even going to take up hardly a dent in this trailer. But yeah, so I'm thinking sheep because I haven't done a lot of sheep on FS22 yet. So I think sheep would actually be a really good option for us in terms of everything. So, but let me know what you guys think. Obviously, let me know what you guys think down below. But yeah, we're doing good on money and everything like that. Yeah, things are moving forward, and we'll probably get rid of that little production building there. I mean, we're gonna just revamp this whole area when we get a bunch of money saved up to be able to do all of our equipment and stuff and everything like that. Now, I did contact our insurance company. Do you remember our flatbed that got stolen? Our insurance company said that they would like to see us put in some more fencing. They're going to reimburse us for the stolen flatbed this time that got stolen. If you remember from, oh gosh, many episodes ago. If you've been watching the series, you remember the police came out and everything for us here. So, ooh, that wasn't great. Oh, I didn't hit it. That was good. That was good. We missed it. And I love well, anyhow, let's talk about the flatbed first here. So they're going to reimburse us for it. They're going to send us a check in the mail since we lost the flatbed there. But they said in the future they may not be able to reimburse us fully if we don't have a fenced-in yard and sheds or more secure storage for our stuff since it's all kind of out there. So we're going to have to work on that. At a minimum, they said they need a security system of some kind. So hopefully we can get that rolling at some point. The other thing I was going to say is that guardrail mod that came out recently on Mod Hub. Gosh, did I hit that? Seriously? Actually, I bet you I wasn't going to hit it, but since those things, yeah, you see how they turn. What am I stuck on now? This is odd. Oh, I'm that close to that. Oh, boy. This is frustrating because this trailer is great for turning. However, it does also at times... it will also at times kind of put you in some interesting spots in terms of getting too close to stuff because it is trying to help you turn. Like, see there, it's turning almost through us into that. But it avoided that wall really great. But yeah, so I just have to get used to turning with this trailer. Oh, looks like we're selling at the movie theater. The movie theater, I love the movie theater's got the best price for sunflowers. I guess maybe they're doing some like sunflower seed stuff that they're making to be able to sell as kind of a snack at the movie theater. So like, I dig it, I dig it, I get it. Let's see if we can kind of angle it in here and get the actual trigger point. There we go. All right, that should get rid of that there. If you go in and out of your cab, it'll get rid of those beacons a lot of times. But we'll get this sold off. We should get a decent chunk of change for it, actually, which is great. And there we go. Almost $21,000 for that. So that was great. It was a great sale of the sunflowers there. We're going to back out here and then head back over. And actually, I mean, I'm honestly looking at the time as well. I think we'll actually probably wrap up the episode around that. But next episode, hopefully we get some more stuff done. Everything like that. I'm not sure what the thumbnail's gonna be, honestly, for this episode. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't have any subscriber contracts that I want to work on. I do want to keep working on building up the town, and I did do a members-only live stream where we did some work on the town and added a few businesses in and did some upgrades, which I'm gonna show you here in just a bit. But what we are gonna do, this is my plan. I would like to make some barley flour because we make a lot of money when we make barley flour. So if you don't know, barley flour, you end up having a really good turnaround and you make a lot of good money off of it if you make it. That's what we have for just production facilities in general. We can make oatmeal too, which is 1-to-1. Let's see how oatmeal actually turns out, because oats, you sell them for what's the highest that you're going to get? $6.39 versus oatmeal, which I think is pretty darn close to the bottom. 7.4. So actually 1-to-1, you do pretty good actually with oatmeal as well. So we could make some oatmeal. That would actually be not a bad idea. In terms of everything. Are those different flours? Wheat flour, barley flour, oat flour, sorghum flour. Those are specific flours versus just flour. But yeah, so barley you do pretty good off of making barley flour, because if we go down to the production, 30 to 23. Now why? Let me make sure it's actually going to end up good for us. Oh yeah, because the highest. Yeah, so you do really good off of that. So barley flour and then oats into oatmeal would actually be a good way to go about it as well. So what I think we're going to do, if we take a look here, it's March right now. So if I want to do a bunch of barley, I can't plant it until here. And then we can't harvest it until the next year. So what we're going to do is we're going to plant every single field with oats. We're just going to do a boatload of oats. And the oats should be harvested right about here or here. So they're somewhere in this range. And then we can plant barley, and then next year we'll harvest barley. So obviously, yeah, and then maybe we could do like canola the year after that, since we'll be able to harvest it and then plant canola and go around to there. So it just kind of depends on how we want to go about it. But I think that's the best way to go. So we're kind of getting kind of a double harvest this year, even though we're not going to harvest it until next year, the barley, but that kind of makes it so we don't have to let the fields sit. So I think we're going to plant oats in all of our fields, which we have several fields. So obviously these 4 fields going to get oats, and then this field is going to get grass. It just has grass in it right now. So, and we're still looking to buy more land. So right now we're just going to try to make some money is honestly what the plans are for now. I don't want to get too dedicated into working on building up some stuff in any of these spots until we actually get them more cleared. What I am going to do is work on some of the forestry side of things, where I think all of these trees through here we're going to clear eventually. So I'm going to do some of that off camera to get a lot of this forestry stuff done while we get the fields planted and stuff like that. While the workers are working on planting the fields and getting that all done, I might work on that, or I should work on that to get that done. But otherwise, we're just going to keep chugging along. Let's check on our animals. Animals are doing good. They're making money. These guys are slowly getting more mature, so we can sell them eventually. So it's all good there. So that's the plan there. Oh, the last thing. So we have our Vicon fast baler, which I want to look at, see how much, what sales do we have actually, by the way, right now? Nothing we need. Okay. So our Vicon fast baler has how many hours on it? 63.6. There is now, courtesy of Mark Thor, he sent me over one that it does work a little bit better. It is a little bit modified, but we're only going to upgrade to it because he specially made it for me. Ooh, I didn't know they had their own fast bail there. I'm assuming it exists. It should be in here. Darn it. It should be in here. Maybe it might be somewhere else. Maybe it's in its own category. Oh man, I might have to go down here to mods, but there should be a Farmer Cop fast bail that should look pretty sweet. Maybe it is under one of those and it's just a modification that you can do to it. Let's just check that real quick. It is a fast bale. Fertile, no farmer crop option in there. I don't think it's one of these decals. No, I don't think it's one of those. Okay, so it's not any of those. I don't see any other fast bales in here. There's nothing that I missed like right off the bat. No, I don't see it. Oh, here it is. The quick bale farmer crop. There we are, right there. So this one, farmer crop. So we're gonna get our farmer crop baler just because it's very nice that Mark Thor made this. What I am gonna do is, this obviously is worth less money. I'm going to take it, and we're just gonna switch it over. So we have 121.70. I'm gonna show you kind of how I do this too, just in case you guys are curious. So 121.790. So this guy we know has how many hours on it? If we go back into the shop here, this baler has 63.6 hours on it. So I'm gonna write that down, 63.6, because that's what we're gonna get the other one to. Actually, 31.28, it's what it shows in here. We're gonna try to get the other one down to be valued at that level. So we are going to do this. We're gonna purchase that baler. We're just gonna trade them out, is basically what we're doing. We're gonna go random foil color. No, I don't want that. Foil color. We've been doing blue bales, so maybe we do like, we can do whatever color we want, to be honest. We might do like some light blue bales there, or like, yeah, something like that. That'll work. Okay. That looks good to me. Let's go ahead and purchase that. Okay. And then if we go into the store here, that's worth 48.8, because obviously it doesn't have any hours on it, but we should be able to hook up to it. Now here's where we get a little tricky. So this thing has 21 hours on it. I'm going to write that down because we're going to mess with this a little bit too, and then we're going to have to reset this back to where it should be. But this should work just fine. This should work, theoretically speaking, if we do this right. This is how I kind of adjust things and play with things. Make sure we're selected on that baler. If we go F12 here, down to equipment, operating time, we're going to do 63.6 and just see kind of where that sets us. This has 63.6, but I think it also, sure, yeah, you can save, that's fine. It also should set the baler at 63.6. Oh, it doesn't, darn it. It should be a way to do it on here. Operating time for do unit 2. Yeah, I think that's what I have to do. Unit 2. And then unit 1. I don't know if this is actually going to work. Let's see. This says 21. Let's see if the store, this thing has, nope, no change in the hours. All right, so that's kind of a bummer. We're just, it is kind of a bummer. This is what it is, I guess. You should be able to change it though. I've done it before. It might be something I'm doing wrong as well. Super odd. It's on the correct vehicle. Yeah, but the problem is not letting me set the other guy, which is kind of odd. That was one thing I liked about the F12 menu on the other, whatchamacallit, was that it'll let you do that a little bit easier. But yeah, so I guess we may not be able to do that for this guy. We may not be able to do it, at least right now. So we'll just have to know that we can only sell it for 31.28 if we ever sell it. And we'll just have to roll with it, is what we'll have to do. But we are going to sell the other one off here, this guy. Which do I have? I was working on some stuff off camera, so I'll make sure I have all that's off. Aim marker. What about delete objects? Yeah, let's get rid of that. In the garage, just so I don't accidentally delete things. So we're going to sell this guy off. Here we go. And then this is our new baler that we're going to run. And I'm going to set our money back to where it should be. We're going to set money to 121.790. There we go. That's where we should be, right there. No big deal. It's like nothing ever happened, but now we have this baler. And I just want to use it because Mark took the time to make it. So it's not about us trying to cheat money in or anything like that. We're probably never going to sell it anyway, so it really shouldn't matter a whole lot. But that's pretty stinking cool. So I'm pretty excited about that. And thank you, Mark Thor, for sending that over to me. So we'll use that today. But without further ado, I know we're already 8 minutes into this episode here. We are going to drive into town to take a look at the new businesses and the new features that we have. Just like, oh, I hate that. There's some weird collision here. That's so weird. I don't know why that's there. Makes it hard to get over here. Hard to get around it too. Gosh. All right. Let's take this baby out for a spin. So one thing that's new and added in here is, actually it's gonna be easier if I show you kind of in this mode real quick, is this residential area, which we'll drive through it, but this was added on the last member stream. And it kind of connects through under this overpass, and then this road was added out here, and I won't talk about that stuff yet, but we'll drive into town here. And yeah, a lot of new business. Oh geez, hitting stuff already. A lot of new businesses added and stuff like that, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to try to add as many businesses as possible as we get, because I want to kind of have the town established right around episode probably 60 or 70. I don't really want to add a whole lot more after that. And the reason being just because at that point it's focused on farming. That way all the businesses that are added aren't just getting added at the end. It's kind of like an afterthought. But so yeah, let's go. Actually, yeah, I meant to turn here. We're going to go down through here. So as you see, go under here. I put a little substation under there. I felt that kind of fit in here. And this is our neighborhood. So I kind of like that you don't really feel like there's a highway around you just because of how I did the trees and stuff. Nice little center area, centerpiece there. Got some good detail added to it. I think it looks, oh gosh. I think it looks great. Turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with it. But yeah, it's a nice little neighborhood. We needed some more housing, so this kind of made sense. And I like this kind of isolated area. I thought this was a good spot for a neighborhood. Other than it being right next to the highway is not great. And then if we head down here around this path, right here we have a new business, and we upgraded all the businesses with these new signs. So this is JC Firekid Brewery. This brewery right here, we should be able to access it. Maybe no, it's not going to let us access it because we're not in there. But you can make different types of alcohols here. But yeah, right over here. But let's go ahead and yeah, let me go ahead and get over to my businesses that I want to mention as we're going through here. So JC Firekid made a comment, says, I don't know if you have anyone pitch this idea yet, but I'd love to move into town and open a distillery to provide any of the local restaurants or shops with alcohol. So there you go, my friend. There you have it. That is the new, that area there. And then the other thing that's new, this road will eventually connect out to that other road that's out there, but this connects into the town now. And all the shops have these upgraded signs now. So yep, there's Mark's Seafood Restaurant. All the shops have upgraded signs. Some wouldn't let me put specific things on there, so I kind of had to adjust it a little bit, but we got it figured out. So, yeah, a couple new businesses though. As we walk along here, first off, this is Not Phase Gaming. This was a Not Phase Place. Says, hey, Farmer Cop, when town gets bigger, I would love to open electronic gaming shops. Here you are, part of this kind of shopping complex here. Right here we have Viking Smithing, which let me scroll up to his comment in here. There we go. So Viking Gaming says a small blacksmith shop would be nice. Blacksmith would provide horseshoes and tools. I own a blacksmith shop in Kansas and would love to expand my business into a new part of the world. A blacksmith shop is called Viking Smithing. I provide horseshoes and minor metal repairs to farms around my area. So yeah, mostly like horseshoeing and stuff like that. I think that's great. So the concept here is this would be the shop front, but then around back, I gave him like a little metal shop here, kind of an old beat up building, but cool still. And some storage facilities. So he's got like a little area to work back here. Then he can come in, this would be his shop here. You can go in the back door and put stuff out on his shop. So that way it's kind of a little bit separate from his workshop. So I thought that was kind of a neat way to do that. So I liked that idea. And then right here we have, oh, that says digital sign on it. Did I not put the, oh, here, it's over here. Maybe we still have an opening there. Here it is. Martinez Pharmacy, also postal services, but Matt Martinez left a comment. Said, hey, Farmer Cop, I've noticed the town is growing fast, but is lacking a pharmacy. My brother-in-law is a new pharmacist, and we'd like to partner up and open up a shop based off of a local business near us that provides both pharmaceutical and postal services to our rural community. Half of our shop will be pharmacy, while the other half of the shop will be P.O. boxes for residents and an official USPS counter for shipping and receiving packages. My name is Matt. My brother-in-law's name is Mike, so we thought M&M Pharmacy would post would be a good name. So let me actually change that name. Sorry, I didn't even read the name when I was reading the comment. I missed it. Should be able to. Oh, it's not going to let me do it because I'm on the wrong farm. Let me get over to the right farm here real quick. There we go. So we'll do this. Now I have to type it out this way, M&M Pharmacy. Otherwise it won't work on the sign, which is stupid. I'm not going to put the post on there because I think that'll be easier. M&M Pharmacy. There we go. All right, that works right there. Let me hop back over to my farm there. And yeah, so everything's going good in terms of the town. We got a lot of new signs, and all of our businesses are working out fine. I can't remember who owns that Mi Familia restaurant right there. I can't remember. I didn't put a sign up. Or I did, I think, but I don't think I labeled it. If that's your restaurant, let me know. I couldn't find it in my list. I may have not given it to anyone yet. Yeah, anyhow. I also need someone to own this coffee shop right here. This coffee factory, I guess. It's not a coffee shop, it's a factory. And then, finally, the scrapyard over here. They had a long time ago. This is Randy's junkyard right here. I don't actually know if I updated the sign for this either. Nope, I didn't. I completely forgot to do that. Let me go back into the other farm. I apologize, everyone. I thought I had done that, but I forgot. This is Randy's junkyard. Randy's junkyard. Beautiful. All right, fantastic. Actually, it's gonna jump me over to the other farm in a second if I join back. It's gonna jump me out of the truck. But there we go. So I just wanted to show that off. I know we just spent a lot of the episode talking about different things, but we added a lot of stuff to the town, and I think that's worthwhile mentioning. All the people that have given me subscriber contract ideas and stuff like that. Ideally, this episode would probably end when we harvest our oats. Oh, gosh. Oh, goodness. But I might make that neighborhood the thumbnail. I mean, you guys already know what the thumbnail is, but that might be what the thumbnail has to be, is that neighborhood over there, because I think that neighborhood just looks fantastic. But, yeah, look, you can't even tell there's a neighborhood there with that. It's nice and isolated, just the way I wanted it to kind of feel. So they have a little bit of privacy. They're obviously going to get some highway noise and stuff like that. It just kind of is what it is. But in general, I think that'll help it out a lot. So I like the way I did that. But yeah, I'm going to get the oats planted, and I'll probably bring you guys back in maybe not even until harvest, unless something happens or we go crazy buying stuff. I'm going to keep an eye out on the land prices every month in game here to see if there's ever time for us to buy land. But otherwise, I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, so it has been a while. It is now July 1st. Our beautiful oats are all ready to harvest everywhere. And then animal-wise, I should check in here, 95%, so they're about to be fully matured. I think you keep going a little bit past that. Chickens are doing good. We got a lot of eggs starting to build up over this way. Speed ourselves up a little bit. Got a lot of eggs over here and a lot of eggs over here. So I've just been kind of moving them over here as we go. Ooh, slow us down here. But yeah, anyhow, so I've been doing that. Grass just came ready to harvest as well today, so it's going to be good to go. I already did one round of the silage harvest, so I have the bales out of the way. I am a little bummed. Well, I'll show you. If we go to the map here, so we've been trying to purchase this piece of land, and this piece of land to finish. I did buy this one. I got, oh my gosh, it's cheaper now than when I bought it. I think I got it for like 10 or 15% off. So I was like, all right, it wasn't going anywhere, so I was like, I'll buy it. Of course, now it's minus 20. This one is negative 12. It was negative 20, but I don't have the money to buy it. And then this one's been crazy expensive. So yeah. So these little dots you see around the map here are where I've been doing forestry work and taking different things out there and everything like that. So I've been doing forestry work and everything like that. What we'll do is start getting the oats harvested here in a second. Which actually we might as well let's just get a harvester with the worker going. There we go. Might as well get this guy rolling on something. Maybe. There we go. All right. He's pretty much repaired. Make sure he's not spitting a straw swath out. Good. I don't want to deal with that. There we go. Okay. So he will work on that. We can grab this guy out. Might as well while we're thinking about it. There we go. Oh, that's actually probably really quiet for you guys, isn't it? Probably really quiet for you guys. Let me turn the actual game volume on here. I turned it way down. Still is coming like across. Oh, I wonder what it is. I've had all sorts of issues on my computer today. There we go. Should be. Oh, now it's probably crazy loud for you guys. Turn that down a little bit. There we go. At least it's coming across now. So you can be a touch louder probably. All right. There we go. Let's get this guy working. We'll probably work our way across here and then have him, I don't know, maybe do something up the other way. Make sure he's not kicking a straw swath out at all. That is not what I am interested in. We'll get him hired, and then I want to show you some of the forestry work that I've done. Another thing too, I took all the corn we had in storage and moved it to our factory, which we'll take a look at our factories here in a second. I've done a lot of forestry work off camera. I cut all those trees out across there, which we'll probably just go into flight mode to show you, because it'll be a little easier that way, I think. All right, we'll get this guy going this way and hire him up. Okay, perfect. Let's go ahead and, nope, not super strength, flight mode. There we go. Okay, so I've done all of these trees through here. There's just a huge patch of trees, just kind of thick like they normally are over there. I did all those in preparation for putting a field up here, because I couldn't buy this chunk of land because we didn't own it yet. I put this dirt path across here. So you can see I did a lot of random trees through here as well. We need to get these trees cleared out, and then all of these trees are going to go right here, which is kind of sad because I kind of like these trees. But I'll explain what we're going to do, and you can see I've started that process here. We'll get them all cleared out, and then this field right here is going to continue down, following my cursor, down to about here. Then it's going to shoot across, straight out to here, and then head up. So what that's going to look like on the map, go all the way to the map here, is this is going to continue out here, go down to about the property line, come over here, and then shoot up to that road, and then come across. This will be one big field. This one eventually is going to be huge. The one that's currently our grass field is going to go all the way up to here and come across, probably dip into there a little bit, kind of flow into there, and then come out across there, and then come down, all the way down here, sorry, to where the road's at, right across there. So that's eventually the plan there. This field eventually is going to go away. These two fields are going to get merged. And again, we're going to put a grass field probably right here. That'll be our grass field. And then this will be for storage. We might put another field out here. I don't know what we'll put in it. We could put just like a small field out there. I'm not sure what we're going to do with that land. But I'm going to leave these trees here. And I think this tree line I'm going to leave here as we keep going. But again, we're slowly getting our 9 squares that we're trying to buy squared out and all that way. So the other option too is actually we might do the grass here. Make this the grass field, put the grass storage here, and then extend this field out. That actually is probably more likely what's going to happen. That is going to be kind of, well, I mean, that's, honestly, this is only half of a square. So it will be a little bit smaller here being a third of a square. Actually, we can even extend out to here. So that'll be plenty of space for grass if we just kind of make this our grass field and then put the grass shop right here, which is where we're going to keep all of our grass equipment. And then this field can get extended here. And we'll probably we might even smooth this out. We'll see how I feel like getting rid of those rocks. That'll be kind of nice to shoot it out that way. And that'll be good. That'll be kind of our good farm setup. And then up top here at the very top, we'll put another field because this will kind of split the area. If this is, I mean, it's pretty bad. If we take a look over here, it's pretty bad. This cliff side here, there's no rocks in it. So we could try to smooth it out, but that would be difficult. It'd be very expensive. So I think we might just actually just go along here and not even farm this kind of interior area. Maybe put some trees in there as kind of like a barrier, and then just kind of make some more squared off fields because we don't need all the land to be used. So I actually might do that and leave. I might actually just leave these trees alone since they're going to be kind of on that border there, and then kind of put a field along here. That actually might be better. These trees can still go because I still want to have some trees in our landscape and everything like that. And then this center area right here, this area right here might actually turn into a field. Well, honestly, no, it's not going to. And here's why. This is going to be where we're going to store all of our equipment, is right in this area. These animals are going to go eventually. This is where we're going to store all of our equipment. And then if we have any factories, they're going to be in this area, which this is going to be kind of our crop storage area. Kind of where this field is right here. This field is probably going to get extended out just to there to kind of encompass that, just to square it off a little bit better. That'll probably be the plan. These trees might actually stay. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. I'll probably get rid of these trees, and I'll probably place some more trees around later on. And then, yeah, these rocks are going to be... Well, honestly, though, these rocks probably aren't going to be that big of a deal if we want to work around them. Because we can delete these rocks. We can pay Darren Duel to come out and delete these rocks. And then we can probably smooth that out. So that'll probably actually end up being what we do. Kind of overrule that. So that's kind of like my long-term plans. I drove through the water. I apologize with my load of logs earlier. But yeah, those beehives will go pretty soon because we're going to connect those fields up. That's my long-term plans in terms of getting this farm up and operational and everything like that. Once we have all that land and we start building those fields out, we're then going to kind of change our I don't know why that one worker stopped up there. But we're going to change our function towards having more equipment and better equipment. The last thing I want to note, actually, before we're probably going to have to wrap up the episode because it's be a little long here. Last thing I want to note is I
I had this almost filled all the way out. That's why I stopped harvesting trees. And I already sold off $35,000 in planks out of here. And the other thing that's a little odd about this is I'm going to go ahead and just spawn. We'll spawn one item there just so we can go take a look. For whatever reason, with the update, they're now spawning the normal pallets. So they're just normal pallets right there. You can see, yeah, the normal plank pallets, which is fine. It doesn't really matter. So they're a little easier actually to work with now. Oh my goodness. And the other thing I bought, I totally forgot to mention it. You guys may have even seen it. I couldn't resist. It wasn't even probably a smart purchase, but a TLX Phoenix went on sale for like 30 grand. So I got the rigid body so we can get some backs to that. That's just one of my favorite trucks. It was in my top 10 mods. I'm pretty sure one of my top 10 mods videos I've done recently. It's one of my favorite mods. I love the TLX Phoenix. So I just could not buy it. So especially a screaming deal on it in the sales, I had to get that. So we're going to hopefully get our... I'm just going to hire this guy and see how he does. He didn't do too good in that first row there, but we'll see how he does here. We're going to hop over to our other harvester who finished this field last episode and get him... Well, first we're going to get that little bit that he missed down there at the end. Get him working on this field. And then we also have to get all of our silage cut and taken care of today. And then the plan this episode is to plant barley and make flour. Make flour out of that barley. We already have a bunch of barley because we have it for our chickens, but this new barley will be for making into flour and hopefully making us a lot of money. That is the plan there. I think I'll just do a cut up this row here too, just to help kind of separate this out. But that's the benefit of barley. Well, kind of the benefit. It still kind of sucks the way it is anyways, but we go to our crop calendar. We're harvesting oats right here, and then we can plant barley right here. So we will plant it in September once we hit the point where we can plant it, and the next year we'll harvest it. So it's kind of like getting a twofer in a year, but honestly, it's just the oats is kind of the bonus crop because we would have had to wait to plant the barley. So it still works out better, I think, this way because we end up getting more crop than we would have if we had just waited to plant barley because we get all this oat for free. And I think all the oats, what we're going to do is we're going to put it into our little factory down there and make it into oatmeal. Because we make a little bit more off of the oatmeal. And honestly, oatmeal prices are pretty consistent, so we can almost always sell it. So once we're ready to sell it, we can do that. Yeah, so yeah, we're doing a little bit more production type work, but I think that's fine. I think that's good too, because it's going to make us a little bit extra cash. We only have 29 grand in the bank. We are still looking to purchase, hopefully in this episode, I hope to buy these 2 fields. I'm also going to do a lot of forestry work off camera to get some more of that area over there. And if we could put a field in over there, that actually might be the thumbnail if we did that. So that's our goal, is hopefully get a field put in over there and add that to our beautiful farm. Let's get this guy here, and then I think I'll just hire a worker to worry about that. And then, guys, good. We need somewhere to put all of the grain. We could drive around with the truck. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of our option because the tractor we're going to need over there, it's set up currently for forestry, but I will make sure our truck is set up to unload these guys here. He's got the flatbed on because I hauled some lumber last episode. About to say last stream, but we've never streamed this series. So I hook this guy up here. But yeah, so the field I'm talking about making is right over here. So we bought this last time. So I want to finish clearing these trees out and these trees out, and I'm going to sell the beehives off. And then there's a road that goes across here. And then this, I want to make all one big field and connect it to that. I would like to do that before we even handle our barley, because then we can make one big, massive barley field there. So that would be great if I could do that. That's kind of my goal now, but we'll see if it actually is accomplished or not. Honestly, you guys probably know more than I do at this point, because if it is accomplished, that's probably going to be the thumbnail. Almost certainly will be. So we'll kind of see how it goes about it. At some point, I want to buy a back for that guy, because that guy would be great to go around picking up grain out of the harvesters. But for now, this is what we got. So, yeah. Make sure the animals are actually doing good. You guys could use a little bit more food, but I must have just moved your eggs. You guys not? No. You just aren't picking up, you're not registering these eggs, which is okay. We'll just move them out of the way real quick. It'd be nice to sell some eggs off today, too. We're getting a lot over here, which is good. Eggs are and these are crazy pallets, so they're 1,400 liters per pallet, which is actually a pretty good amount for one pallet of an item in Farm Sim. There we go. And we'll grab these 2 guys here. I'm sure it'll pick up that other pallet at some point, but okay, it's always good to do this every so often anyways. Just to get these out of the way to make sure there's plenty of room for it to keep producing. There we go. I'll move that just over just a touch, just to kind of knock those back into place. There we go. Okay, perfect. Horses, you guys should be getting ready to be sold soon. I can't remember what we sold the other ones for, what their top price is. Is it 5 grand? I want to say it's like 5 grand, which is crazy how different it is from Farming Simulator 19, where you buy them for 5 grand and then you sell them for 50 grand. You can make a lot of money on horses in FS19, that's for sure. So yeah, it's crazy how different they are. But yeah, so I don't think they need any care right now though. So we'll leave him be, but he's getting full here pretty quick. I'm gonna get this forestry stuff, probably just put it over there by those trees. Is probably what I'll do. Well, actually, no, I'll put it over here since we're near the farmyard, and then whenever we're ready, we can just pick it up and get it going again. But honestly, the main limiter for our forestry is if that guy can intake all the trees that we have, because we have a lot of trees. So I guess we could store some on the trailer or in another area, but it'd be kind of a pain to have to unload or load them or move them around that much. So I'd rather not do that. But if it means us getting that field for barley ready. I mean, if we don't get it for barley, it is what it is. But that would be kind of nice. Let's get this guy ready to go do some mowing. Oop, there we go. Slammed right into it. At least I don't have a crash counter on this series. Here we go. And I will have those all unfold. And we'll head over there and hopefully it will go across. I had some issues last time I hired a worker up there working with it. But we'll see how it goes this time. I figure the town's big enough now that we can hire as many workers as we probably need, because there's probably plenty of people in town looking for jobs, especially with all the new housing and stuff. I don't know if I'll add anything new to the town this episode. We'll kind of see. I like to focus a lot of my time on our farm and getting our farm upgraded, so that'll probably be our main focus, but we'll see. We might add something in there. Let's get it right about there is probably where I want it. Back it up. Make sure it actually does what it's supposed to do here. I'll supervise him probably for the first row, but yeah, there we go. So yeah, I'll get some silage done. I'll get everything done on the farm, get this oat harvest done. I'll probably bring you back in when it's time to maybe plant some barley, or maybe start doing our new field, putting our new field in there. Maybe we'll do a time lapse, maybe putting the new field in. So we'll kind of see, but I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, so it's not planting season yet, but I just wanted to check in with you guys just because it had been a little while. We got all the oats harvested. We got the grass harvested. I also refertilized it. We have a lot of silage bales already, which is great. We should get another harvest or 2 out of the silage, which would be really good. And this is not all of our oats here. I already dumped a load into the factory since that's where we're putting it all. Try to get in here without hitting any of this tractor or anything. There we go. I didn't start the factory yet because I wanted to see how much total we got off of our oats in terms of harvest. So we'll put this in here and then we'll take a look at that. Okay, if we go into factories, oatmeal, we got 72,734 liters. Oh, it's now at 2,500 cycles of 1 by 1 every month. It's going to take, how many months is that going to take here? If we just round that to 72,500, to run it down a little bit, divided by 2,500, we're looking at 29 months. So divided by 12, we're at like 2.4 years in game. So it is going to take a while before we get an actual complete return on this investment, but that'll keep this thing busy for an absolute while. And our corn is almost, well, this is also slow. It only goes through 1,000 liters of corn a month. So in our 10 months left, 10.8 months left of that. But we do have a lot of popcorn down here because it produces quite a bit. These are both set to distributing. Shouldn't have anywhere to go. Oatmeal doesn't go anywhere. No, those don't go to any other production. So we're good. Yeah. Okay. Planks. Here's the issue. We can only put about 2, maybe 2.5 loads of wood into here before this is going to be full, in terms of everything. So we may not be able to do that, field yet. And again, you guys know more than I do probably about the field. Let's go park our truck here. So we'll have to see, because we have a lot of trees. We have all those trees, and then that whole cluster that's like the one I'm looking at is from where we're at. We'll go back up to the map here. Is this cluster right here, which is where we're looking at straight over across. So that big cluster right there, dead center of the screen, that big cluster. So those 2 clusters have to go, which is honestly a boatload of trees. So that could be potentially a bit of an issue for us, in terms of everything. And the sawmill I don't think it goes that fast. It goes, yeah, 3. So 25. So it goes 7,500 a month, which is pretty good. So 7,500 a month. However, we have 2 months until we're going to be planting again. To be fair, though, if we go into here, we could plant in October, the barley. So that would give us 1 month, 2 months, 3 months of production from where we're at now, which that actually might be a good idea to plant in maybe like late October, which I know that means we're not going to harvest till late July. But even if we harvested here, there's still nothing else we can plant other than these 3 crops, which we might actually do a round of canola. We'll kind of see if we want to do canola or not or something else. But canola does pretty good in terms of income. So we will, yeah, we'll just kind of have to take a look at that. But I think that's our best plan, is probably to wait as long as we can to plant the barley so we can try to get all that done as quick as possible in terms of getting that. So that had 3 months to run. That'd be 7,500 times 3. Which would do 22,500 plus we currently have 25,000 in there, plus 25,000 to that. And I get an average, so that'd probably give us 4 loads, which honestly that's probably not enough either. But we are working. We are going to make a lot of money off our planks though, so that is at least the good news, because this right here is like 30 grand, maybe not quite 30 grand. Yeah, it's probably like 26 or 27 grand sitting in there. So we are doing really good in terms of we are going to make a lot of money. Furniture would do really good for us too. But again, we talked about how that's kind of unrealistic that little factory or building would be able to produce furniture. So I probably won't do that. But yeah, so I don't know about this episode or not, mostly just because the forestry is going to be slowing us down, which is kind of a real bummer. I guess I could unload it. And I mean, to be fair, a lot of the trees I can just lift by hand and throw into the back of the truck. So I don't have to go get the, I don't have to go get anything for them. We'll leave these trees out here on the island and everything like that. But yeah, now one thing we could technically do actually is fill this in and make this into a field. I don't really want to do that because I think this kind of adds to the natural beauty. I might even, I did talk about using those bridges. Maybe we do like a stream across here as a kind of an edge to that field and then put like a little bridge here. That'd be kind of cool, I think. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think about that. We could do something like that. Maybe cut the field to here so there's a little bit more maneuverable space, because that kind of looks like I would shoot a river out that way, and then we could put some bridges here and there where we wanted to get across. I think that'd be kind of a cool look to the farm, I think, personally. There are options we could shoot it out this way, but that I think would be much more interruptive if we kind of had to go out. Oh, I guess we could have it like run along here. Maybe that's actually less interruptive. That actually might, we could still shoot it out there, to be honest. But if we do, I just want to take a look real quick now because I'm super curious. Okay, so if we did a river that came out of the top of this and went over to there. So like we could literally make a beeline straight this way and then put a bridge here, have this loop around kind of the base of this mountain. This would be expensive too, by the way. And then just kind of head off this way towards that farm and flood their farm. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, because it could kind of have it come out this way and then kind of just shoot across, straighten out, shoot across here. And then just kind of head and then have it just be an obstacle. And then maybe here it curves back a little bit and then curves out over to the edge of the map. Like that'd be kind of cool. We could still do it this way if we wanted to, but that actually might look a little cooler, and it would be up against this. So we wouldn't have to worry about like the field conflict here with it being up against that, and maybe cutting a little bit back through here. The main thing would be the cost to dig that in. That would be really expensive. So I think it would look great. We may have to see if we can get a grant. Wink, wink. Actually, to be fair, we could fund it. The Bank of Banks and Sprague. If we plant trees, not cut them down. If we plant trees, which actually we have planted trees, so we didn't even collect on this yet. They said $5 grand per tree. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I had to pay for all these. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23. I need to get out of flight mode probably to count these. But they said $5 grand per tree is what I remember. I have it written down, so I'll double check. But we have 1, 2, 3. Can't run this fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Those ones were there. 23, 24, 25. And I don't think these ones count. 25. So 25 trees at $5 grand a tree is what kind of the deal was. That gives us $125,000. I give it we had to pay that, but That money then could go towards everything else. But I'll have to double check on that. But let me 25 trees. Let me write this down. 25 trees. The banks of the Bank of Banks and Sprague, the BB&S, if you will. They offered a special grant to try to put more trees in, which honestly, that would make sense for us to get paid for these because they wanted to go green. That also makes sense why they planted so many daggum trees in that neighborhood over there, which it's kind of crazy the neighborhood's right across the street from our farm, but it doesn't kind of feel like that. This does bother me. I'm gonna have to fix that at some point. Definitely, I'm gonna have to fix it right now. I can't handle it. I'll just have to build a city for it, I guess. Oh, but that drives me crazy. There we go. That looks so much better. Gosh, it really bothered me. No, say there's another spot I saw up here. There we go. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty good. But yeah, I really like how this turned out, by the way. But oh, I missed a little piece. That's not too bad though. That one doesn't bother me much. Actually, I don't think it costs us anything to do that. But yeah, so that is an option we can explore. But yeah, I'm gonna keep working. I will see you guys in a bit. Hopefully, we're making a field. Maybe if you guys see a time lapse next, you know we're making a field. So we'll kind of see how it goes. But I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, so it is the end of October, which means we pretty much have to, at this point, plant our barley. So we're going to get that rolling. That's probably going to happen mostly off camera. Yeah, honestly, it's going to happen pretty much entirely off camera, probably. We're going to get that done, and then that way next year, we can harvest it here, right at the end of July, and then plant, hopefully, probably canola. We'll plant canola that way. And the next year, we will harvest our canola, and then we will just have some space of time where we can just chill, and then we can plant whatever we want next year, or, you know, whatever we want to do. So, or we could even plant canola again. We could keep doing canola over and over and over and over and over again. I'm pretty sure that works. There, early. Yeah, then you'd be able to plant. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that works. So you can continuously do canola if you'd like to, which canola is really, I mean, that maximizes the time your fields are active. So you do get a lot of money from canola, to be fair. Like, it's proportionately to what you get for it, you do fairly well in terms of the time you have to spend having it grow. So it's actually worthwhile, but we did not get this all done. I didn't get any more done, actually, because if you look down here at our production, we don't have very much room. That's like maybe a trailer and a half of wood. So I just kind of stopped. I did sell all the planks that we had off, all the full pallets at least. We got $74,200 for all those. And then for all of our trees that we planted up there, I thought it was $5,000 per tree. That was a ridiculous number, and I was going to lower it anyways because I thought it was ridiculous. But it's $5,000 per 10 trees. So $5,000 per 10 trees we planted. We planted 15 up there total. I did call Banks. He did say that since it is a lower number than I thought it was, that he counts those little trees that we planted as well. So we got paid $15,000 for that. There's no limit to that either, which is honestly crazy, at least until Banks decides, or at least the Bank of Joseph and the Bank of Sprague and Banks, or Bank of Banks and Sprague, yeah, Bank of Bank and Sprague decide not to give us any more money for it. But I did buy another chunk of land. Which one did I buy? We have all of these now. I think, was it this one I was trying? I think this one's the one I bought. How's this one doing, actually? Minus 15%. But this one was real cheap. I only bought it for 62 grand is what I paid for it. So we could sell it now and make a, it's almost, I'm tempted to do that. That's $30,000 profit. Just buying and selling land. We could actually make quite a bit of money buying and selling land at some point. But we're not going to worry about that for now. Because honestly, yes, I do agree that land prices do shift. And I like that mod because it kind of makes you want to be smart about how you buy your land. However, us buying and selling land is very similar to, I think, like crop flipping in like base game, where you buy a field that's ready to harvest it, and then sell the field back. So I think it's similar to that. So we're not going to do that. It's a little cheaty, I think. But yeah, and we get a nice, fantastic silage harvest. We now have, I mean, we still have 3 bales in the back of the trailer over there. Then I think we have 8 rows, and each of these has 24 in them. So it's going to be a good year for silage, and I might, if we get another chance to do like a partial harvest, I might try to do another harvest off of that field. But yeah, hopefully as we get going through the winter time, all those trees will get processed, and then probably in the spring, before we do anything crazy, I want to get these trees cleared out since we own this chunk of land now, and I think this will be the first field we finish, and that way we can get this going. Problem with that is I don't actually want to cut off our silage. We can get that done, at least that top field plowed in next episode, but I don't want to cut off our silage here very much either. Yeah, so that is kind of the issue there if we do that. And then obviously I want to expand this field out. And I've got a lot of work that I want to do. So, and the only reason I'm going to accept the tree money is, well, because we're going to use probably a lot of it to do some landscaping around here and digging up different whatever. But yeah. So to wrap it up, actually, we are going to go for a bit of a drive to wrap up this episode. I added something on to here. And if you're a channel member, you have already seen the video that shows us off if you wanted to look about me building it. It's a little camp area. And I do need to pull up actually the subscriber that's the owner of this here in a second. And actually, I'm going to put a little cut in here so I can read it as we're on our way over, and I can look it up real quick. All right, so as we're driving here, this pickup honestly needs some work as well. But yeah, we're going to drive out this way. I continued a little bit of the highway as well. So this is Ben Orton's subscriber business. He said, "Hey FC, so I have a business that has been long-standing within the UK. I have set up various holiday and camping parks across the UK and would like to expand this over the Atlantic. I have heard of a great up-and-coming town. Ideally would start off," we'll turn this turn here in a second. This is that goes around now, and then we're gonna go this way. He said, "Ideally, we would start off small, a few caravans, tents, etc., but would have to have a shop on site. We would need to sell honey, sweets, cakes, etc. Ideally, a plot of land with trees, so our guests get some peace and quiet, keep up the good work." So yes, he did say start off small. I apologize, Ben. I am going to start you off large, so it's going to be great. Now up this way is where we're going to go to the camp and everything like that. But this road's eventually going to connect out this way, and this is a sell point that I had that's a modded sell point. I thought it looked pretty good here on the side of the road, so a little area you can pull off and buy your produce there if you'd like to. So I added that right there. But as we head up here, and Ben called me because he wanted me to come take a look. He heard about me in the area, knows I do a lot of farming and stuff like that, and had some questions, needed some help. So that's the cabin that Ben lives in. So we'll go talk to him here at the very end. Yeah, we'll go talk to him at the very end. But there are a couple of shops out here, people doing some things, some porta potties and stuff like that. And then the road actually is not quite done yet. There's still some trees in the way, as you can see. So he's still working on it. I forgot those trees are there. But yeah, the plan is out to the left here, and these trees, these plots are going to get sold to different people. They're going to get divided up and sold to different people, and people are going to build kind of some cabins out here. And then the plan is to get all these areas filled in with more trees. And then up this way, we'll probably put in some bigger cabins, maybe for rental, or other cabins for sale right here. And then the campground area is kind of up in here. So it's very cool. It's very cool up here. I like it. That's the edge of the map right on the left-hand side, even though it doesn't quite feel like it. We're just going to pull off here and take a look. This looks beautiful in the fall. It looks absolutely amazing. So we're going to go into flight mode just so it's easier for us to take a look around. So this is what I've created, this little metropolis here. So I do want to fill in some of the area around with trees and stuff like that. There's actually a little fish area up here, a little fish farm area, and then they do have a little place you can buy your fish at right here. Well, you can, I guess it's a sell point technically speaking, but you can buy your fish there. But concept, little pond in here. I had to put this in. And by the way, if you're not a member and you wanted to see how I built all this, I'm going to release in a day or two from when this episode comes out, a time-lapse build of all of it. The time-lapse build's only like 15 minutes long, and it's just got some music while I get all this stuff built in here. But got a couple of little camp shops here, a little gazebo there. This is kind of like your ranger station, or however you want to look at it, just in case people need help or whatever, and they can keep a lookout for, make sure things are going well. It doesn't look like that up there. It looks like a very relaxing area to hang out. But regardless of that, this little area down here, we got some porta potties, beautiful trees and different stuff in here. And this is not the water from No Man's Land. This is a water plane that is a modded that I placed in here, because No Man's Land I would have had to dig really far down with how high up this portion of the train is. So I decided I didn't want to do that. Over here, we've got some little tent spots you can rent. Little cabin there, a little storage shed there, and then some more tent spots along here, and a little gazebo area, a little beach area. We don't have a sand texture to paint, so I kind of make it like a mud dirt beach. Yep, more tents, and then over here we have a nice little set of smaller cabins you can rent. And then if you wanted to go big, you could get these areas over here, which I did need to put some tables out actually for them in these areas that I kind of cleared out, so I should put those out actually for them at some point. But yeah. So it's not quite done, but it's most of the way done, and there's little parking lots here, and that's that road that goes back there. But yeah, so let's go see, before we wrap up the episode, what Ben's plan is for us. He talked about hiring us to do some work. I'm not sure what work he needs done. It looks like he's pretty well set up here. We're not builders, so we can't build cabins or anything like that, so I think he knows that, though. But not, we'll break the news to him. But yeah, we'll drive back here and go talk to him. And I do think that he's open for business pretty much. He just has to make sure people are careful driving on this road here, the trees in it. But yeah, let me go talk to him real quick and see kind of what his plans are for us. All right, so I talked to Ben. Great deal. He has heard of Bank Sinatra's and Joseph Sprague's offer for the $5,000 per 10 trees, and I'm looking for a way for us, obviously, to make enough money to be able to build probably like, I actually think I'll probably build it out this way, to build in kind of a nice little river that kind of goes around our farm and some of that sort of stuff to make it nice and nifty through there. And he wants some help putting some trees in. So all this kind of peripheral area, he said that after they get all the cabins built and everything like that, he just wants us to go around kind of the edges. And that's all the way up here. So this is the plots that he works with is, I guess 60 isn't owned technically by him, but this is his area is all through here, 40, 50, and 60. That's Ben Orton's area right here. Again, the cabins are going to get sold off to other people, but what he wants me to do is to make sure we're kind of, they're kind of isolated up here is all this kind of like spare space. He just wants us to take a tree planter and just go to town. And he said he's not going to pay us for it. He said that we're going to cover all the expenses on that, but instead of him accepting the check for the conservation from banks to plant all the trees in the area, that he is going to just let us have all that money. So if we plant, I mean, if we plant 300 trees, 400 trees, if we plant 400 trees, which I think that's a bit much, so maybe 300, 300, that'd be $150,000 if we plant 300, which I think should be enough to get all of our landscaping done that we want to do around our farm. So I think that'd be a really good way for us to go about that. So I'm excited. I don't think we'll make it a long ways in terms of time or in-game time, but we're gonna get a lot done. So to start, as I kind of mentioned in the last episode, what I'm gonna do off camera is I'm gonna plant all of our fields with barley, except for, well, obviously our grass field's not gonna get planted, but these 4 fields are gonna get planted with barley. And that'll be good there because we are right here, and then we're gonna use that for flour, to make flour with that barley, and then we're also going to plant some canola next year, because we should be able to harvest. We plant the barley here, we should be able to harvest here, and then plant canola in August, and then harvest canola here. And then we can either do canola again or do some other crop and wait till the next year. So we'll kind of see from there. Otherwise, everything else is going well. I'll probably sell 4 of the horses off once this gets close to 100% here, and then we'll get 4 new horses, essentially. And we'll just kind of keep rocking and rolling from there. So, yeah. Those guys are almost maxed out. I think 60 months is the longest you can go in. I think that's the longest you can, or the oldest that they can be. Our wood is still going to keep cooking along. We need to cook along as fast as possible so we can get some other stuff cleared out. Popcorn's still working, oatmeal's still working. All that good stuff is going. So, yeah, I'm going to get that done. And then, again, as mentioned, we're going to go need to plant some trees up over here for Ben Orton. We're going to plant trees here, fill in this area through here. Fill in this area, and then fill in this area and this area. So a lot of trees are probably going to need to be planted. And we don't want to do just all one type. We want it to actually look good. We're going to use a tree planter. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. So honestly, we can go ahead and lease and pick up whatever we're going to do, because we're probably going to do it today in game. Yeah, we are. So we're going to go ahead and lease whatever we're going to need. Let's go ahead and take a look at it, just while you guys are here, and then I can haul it over there off camera and bring you guys back when we start working on it. So, forestry stuff, forestry equipment. Now, we do have all the platinum DLC stuff in here, which is kind of nice, but I think we're going to use this guy. The other option, of course, is we could use, is this guy the one? No, that harvest trees. There's a tree, this guy. This tree plant right here holds 240 pieces, which that's going to be a lot cheaper to plant trees that way. But I think we're going to have to go with this, and that way we can switch it every 20 trees. So, yeah, we're going to lease this guy. We're not going to purchase it. We're just going to lease it. $1,300, no big deal. We're going to make plenty of money. No. We're going to make plenty of money back with it. Combinations should take us to all the tree saplings, which are here. Now, I want to see which ones we're actually going to want to grow. We can grow all of them, theoretically speaking. But let's take a look. So, and we'll take a couple notes. So the ones that we want, if we go to decoration, or no, landscaping, excuse me, under trees, let's take a look at the ones we're actually going to want to plant. I'm going to take a couple notes here, actually. So pine, we actually don't want any pine. The pine look It's a medium downy service. We want to look at the largest ones. Large, so that's a large downy service berry. So we'll probably get some of those. So downy service berry. That's as big as they're going to get right there. Spruce are great. We're probably going to get a lot of spruce because spruce are going to be the main thing we want to kind of blend in there. Let's see what else we got. So American elm. The shagbark hickory. Let's go to the very end here. Let's take a look at the large trees. So large American elm. We could probably do some of those. Maybe just a couple of them. Large oak. Oak look good. Maybe some oak if we wanted to. Now I'm just picking all the trees. That's American elm again. Large poplar. I don't know if we can plant these guys actually or not. I don't know if I actually want to. I think we'll just do some spruce. And then shagbark hickory. The shagbark hickories look pretty good as well. It's a medium oak. Yeah, the shagbark, is that old? Yeah, the shagbark hickories look pretty good. So shagbark. So that gives us a few different trees to look at here. So let's go back in the store. We can just go to pallets. This will just work fine. Ooh, nope, not that one. Maybe it's hook. Ooh, pallet of 6 tree saplings. Oh, that's like less. We don't want less. We want to have big bulk amounts of tree saplings. Let's see here. Here we go. Tree saplings. 20 pieces. Those should work fine. Those with liftable pallets and bags and what have you. So if we did, well, that's the nice part about this. We can buy them in bulk, I think is the main benefit. Oh, we can't change what type of tree they are. So never mind. We can't use those. So spruce is the main one we're gonna buy. So spruce, let's buy. Our goal is to probably plant 200 trees ish. So I think we'll buy 100 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then pine, no. Stone pine, no. Birch, oak. We wanted to plant some oak. Maybe one of those. Maples would look probably pretty good too. We go to dogwood. Nope. Shagbark hickory. Yep. One of those. American elm. One of those. And then I have downy serviceberry on here. Let's get, and then maybe just another spruce because we want mostly spruce. Okay, there we go. That's 200 trees we just bought. Yeah, $10,000 worth of trees. So there we go. I will get that stuff hauled over there with our tractor eventually. And in the meantime, we're going to keep rocking and rolling, getting stuff done around here and get all this planted. Because that's obviously our first priority is to get all of our stuff planted. So I'll work on all that and I'll see you guys back here in just a bit. All right, so we are out here ready to go. I did grab an extra pallet of spruce just to be safe. So we have a total of 220 trees that we can plant. And yeah, just to take a look at the area that we are planting. I can show you guys here real quick. There's this line. We're trying to fill in all of the area above this line. So through here, we're going to do some planting. Want to get this whole area in. So this may not be anywhere near enough trees, but we'll see. Ideally, if we can get a nice solid line here, that'll be what we'll focus on first. And then I also need to replant some of this in here. That'll probably all be spruce there. And then, yeah, if we can get some solid lines to kind of close this area off, then we can focus on filling in some of the peripheral. We don't have to be as dense there. We just need the kind of the outer line to be super dense. So let's get started here. Let's turn that off and then slow us down so we're not running so fast. Let's get up here and see how this is going to go. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, everything's going to be great. Let's get right on this line here and just kind of see how it's going to go. And we won't know if we need more trees probably for another couple of months. So we'll just kind of have to see how it goes. And again, I don't know. We're probably going to need a lot more trees, aren't we? It's kind of hard to see them, which is kind of a pain. So we'll have to kind of, yeah, again, we're going to have to wait for some of them probably to grow up before we know really how good we did at getting stuff taken care of. We'll probably put like 2 rows of pine in here and see how that turns out. and kind of go from there. And then, yeah, honestly, we'll just have to see. I don't know how much space it's going to take for us to do all of this. That's about perfect. We're going to get 10 trees in that first row. I'm just going to keep it down. 9 tree there. I'll lift it up for a second here. We want this next row to be pretty close to that first row, because we're trying to, again, get as many trees in here as we can. So yeah, right about there. All right, right in line with each other, which really bothers me. But that might be just how it is for now. Yeah, they are right in line with each other. It'd be nice if they were alternated a little bit more. Darn it, the game is smarter than I am in terms of it's trying to make sure I don't plant trees that close together. I mean, again, I always can place down trees or have them, well, they can always place down from trees if they don't, or they want more trees or however it may go. But yeah, those are a little bit more off center, which is great. All right. It's great. I think we'll put a third row in there. Now all these 6 at the back are pine. I'm going to try to get just real... Well, I might not be able to get them because they're strapped down. They're still running way too fast. There we go. Yep, that was the issue. Okay. So, let's put a third row in. Try to make sure this one's off of the other 2. So they're about how far between each other? Okay, yeah, so if we go right here, plant 1. Maybe not. Ooh, it's really picking up that those trees are too close. Oh, there, no, planted 1. Okay, I was about to say. They're a little bit more off of each other, but still not great. Oh, actually, that's pretty good there. Okay, we're doing pretty good now. Yeah, that'll be perfect. So yeah, kind of 3 rows of pine in there. This might kind of be what we start doing, is start with 3 rows of pine, and then just kind of scatter some pine in there, because pine's gonna be probably, again, our primary, or spruce. I keep saying pine. Spruce. Spruce is what we're actually planting. Ignore me when I say pine. We are planting spruce trees. Put 1 more. Okay. Loop around here. We can. Now these 10, we're just gonna scatter. 1 there. There. Lift it up. Put another 1 here. Shoot down here a little ways. Put 1 here. There we go. Another 1 here. I've never done this in farm sim where I've tried to like actually replant an entire forest. So this could be interesting. Put 1 there. I guess I'm not replanting an entire forest. What I'm doing is actually just making a forest. So I've never tried to do that with these. And I've never tried to like mix different tree types in. So it could be kind of interesting how it goes. We're definitely going to need more trees though. That's 3 pallets in. Or no, that's 2 pallets in, right? Yeah, 2 pallets in. Thankfully, little saplings, you can't like hit them too hard. Yeah, 2 pallets in. I'm going to put a 3rd pallet of spruce over here. Ooh, oh, it did grab that one, even though it was strapped down. So maybe that wasn't the issue. I don't know what's going on. But at least we know we have spruce, because I know where the spruce are at. And can you actually unload these? I don't think you can. I think that's part of the issue, too. So we got to be careful. Let's put a couple scattered spruce in here. It's just kind of hard to do because you don't know where all your other spruce are that you planted so far. What probably would have been better to do in the future, I guess we still could do this, is kind of go on here and paint in where all the different tree types are. What I mean by that is like just put little dots of like dirt or tree, whatever the tree ground or forest floor texture is, and then just kind of just go around and just jot trees down on those, which that could have been a better option probably. But hey, we're getting some stuff done. Let's put some of these 9 up in between these guys here. I don't want any trees super close to the houses. I want to leave room for some of those nicer trees up in here, so I'm not going to put too many. Maybe another one over here. And then I'll put 1, maybe 2 in this kind of center area. 1 here. Maybe 1 here. And honestly, the other thing we need to do is actually grab another pallet and just go along this road. I think that's all going to be spruce. Actually, I'll put another one right here. Like that. Put another one. Trees there pretty close. Put another one maybe here to kind of change it up a little bit. Okay, 2 left in this load. Do another one here. Then we'll go another little bit here and then do the last one right here. There we go. Okay. Yeah, and then we're gonna kind of have to remember what we've done. Honestly, we're gonna have to plant all the spruce, wait for the spruce to all at least get to like that kind of lower growth stage, and then we're gonna have to go back through and plant all the other trees. That's honestly what's gonna happen. But yeah, I'm gonna keep working. I'm gonna get all these spruce planted. I might go buy some more spruce and bring some more spruce out here. I'll keep track of how many trees I've planted as we go. But yeah, I will see you guys later on. All right, just checking back in with you guys. I just finished planting the last of my spruce trees, and I mean the last of my extended spruce trees. I have officially planted, and I think we finally got all that I need to get done, at least with spruce trees. I have officially planted 400 spruce trees, so we're going to get a nice check from banks, but we're going to have to wait until they're everywhere. They're literally everywhere, these spruce trees. I even restricted the area a little bit, so, and I'll show you that here in a second. My truck is out in the field too, I need to bring it back, but oh, we can turn that off. We're just going to leave this out here for now, but yeah, let me show you what I did. So again, originally that line stayed the same. This line originally went out across here. I restricted it to be much closer there, so I'd have to plant anywhere near as many trees as I would have, but it still took me a lot of trees, so it was just absolutely craziness. I planted so many trees. So yeah, a lot of trees were planted. We'll see how those grow up, and then we'll add some more trees around, but I think it should hopefully look good. I'm a little worried there's that feature where the trees won't grow. I think that's on FS22. Maybe it's in FS9. I swear it's in FS22 too, but where they won't grow as tall because they're too close to other trees. I hope we don't have that issue. I want them all to grow up. Even if they're these medium-sized ones, I guess they'll be fine, but I want them to grow up as much as possible. To be nice, tall trees that kind of seclude the area. But we will see. This road is probably also, I should also note, it's probably also going to have to, it's probably going to curve around. So this road here is probably going to go straight. It's the, I want these trees to all stay the same, so it's probably going to curve around that, and then head this way. And then it'll probably loop into this road here. This road's probably going to come up, and this road's probably going to come up. And this is all going to be separate, have to be accessed over there from that road. But yeah, so that'll be kind of the way we're going to do it. I did add in, I don't know if I showed you guys actually the cabins or not, but I did add in all the cabins. So we got a nice little ring of cabins here. You guys probably saw some of those. This one is the Silo Living House by El Matana. I thought that was kind of cool. Maybe a more eccentric house that's up here in the wilderness. There's a big, nice cabin there. Smaller cabin there, and then another small cabin there, and then a massive, I think this is from the Platinum expansion. No, not the Platinum expansion, excuse me. This is from, oh gosh, I can't remember. It's a Giant's house, but it's there. So there we go. I think that looks great up in there in the trees. So, and then again, planted all the trees through here. If we get down and low, you can see as we kind of go through here, all the trees that we're going by that have been planted. So I'm excited to see all those grow up. In the meantime, we're just going to keep chugging along, taking care of animals, and I might get another silage harvest off our field. We'll see. They're not going to grow. It's not going to grow to full, oh my gosh, full harvest growth, but it should get there pretty close. I'm going to pay us out though for the trees that we did plant. So we planted 400 trees. So at $5,000 per 10 trees. So 400 divided by 10 is obviously 40 times 5,000. We're looking at, oh gosh, We're looking at $200,000, which is a really good payout. Thank you, banks. Thank you. Yeah, we can never cut any of those trees down. So if any of those trees have to be removed, we have to give some of the money back. But yeah, so in the meantime, I'm going to leave that here. If I need the tractor back at the farm, I'll take it back there. But I'm going to leave these guys out here for now. Again, I want to plant those 4 pallets there, which is an extra 10, 20, 30, what, $40,000 right there we make from planting those 4 pallets. So we're doing just fine. Now, I know it might seem kind of like a cheaty way to do money. It was offered, obviously, so it's offered as a subscriber contract. I try not to take subscriber contracts that are too cheaty, and I probably would not have accepted this one. I think it is a little bit in the realm of too cheaty. But the reason I allowed this one, and I'm going to use this one, is because we are going to have to pay an absolute fortune to put, we're going to extend a little river out from here all the way around up over here. I think it's going to go along here is where I want it to go. I could do the inside, but I think we'll do the outside of this. Yeah, well, the inside actually be just as good, and that might be a little bit easier to do, and actually might look a little bit nicer if I curve it in there. So yeah, a little river. It's gonna go along here, then curve out along the trees here, and then it's just gonna make a turn and then head out that way towards their farm. And I might put like a little pond right over there, kind of showing where it's ending and however. But yeah, now on the flip side of what we got going on, let's see what the price for land is right now. 15% off. It's not the best deal, but we're just going to go ahead and take it because I just want to make sure we have all of our land. So now officially we have all of our land, and we're going to stop investing in land. Eventually we're going to buy all of this. Oh my gosh, 28% off. That's wild. How can, oh my gosh, there's some cheap land out there. We're not going to do it right now, but eventually we're going to buy all this land out and start expanding that way. But before we buy that land, we're only using 2 out of the 9 chunks, really. I mean, yeah, we have a little bit of stuff going on in some of the other ones, but in reality, we're only using 2 out of the 9 chunks of land that we have. So before we actually buy any more land, I actually just want us to start using all the land that we have. So that's kind of our current trajectory and plan. So anyhow, in the meantime, I'm going to fast forward some time. I'll bring you guys back in when it's time to maybe start planting some of those trees over there. So I'll see you guys then. All right, everyone. It is a springtime, and I'm a little worried. None of our trees have grown up. So yeah, you could say I'm a little concerned. It's been several months. It could be I have to wait a little bit longer. I would have thought for sure they would at least bumped up a little bit, but no, they're all still pretty lame. And on that note, I think we're probably gonna wrap the episode up because I don't know what else we're gonna do in the meantime. Yeah, that's wild. That is wild. We planted, what did we plant? 400 trees, 400 spruce trees, and none of them, not one, has grown up at all. Those ones are ones that were there before. All these little small ones, all these little bitty guys have not grown. Oh, it's our living house. Sorry. This turn. Yes, this is the turn that takes us out. So yeah. In here, our oats, or excuse me, our barley will be ready to harvest very soon. We are actually a little. Let's go up to here. We're a little low on barley in terms of for our chickens. I mean, not super low, honestly. I mean, eventually we're probably going to stop doing animals altogether. I don't know when that's going to be. The sorghum, we're never going to run out of sorghum for our horses, which is fine. And we have plenty of hay left for them. So once we run out of all that, we're going to get rid of the horses. However, I will say regarding the horses, we do have, let's just go in here. I want to go into the animal menu here. Chickens are doing well. I just topped their food up. Horses, they're at 99% reproduction. So we're going to sell 4 of them off and hoping that we get 4 more horses is kind of our hope here, if that makes sense. I wonder how much it would be actually to build like a small horse pasture. Horses, $8 grand. That holds 2. That's just that little guy. Yeah. All right, it's not gonna be worth it. I'll say maybe like a small one to. That guy holds 8. That's 10 grand. Is what we got here. So maybe like a small one to hold some of those horses while they reproduce. But I think if we sell 4 of these guys off, we'll get rid of them. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do that here in just a second. The other thing we have to do is sell eggs off. I've been neatly stacking them over here, but we have a lot over here now. So we have a lot of eggs. I'd like to sell those off. In addition to that, I would also like to sell off, we go to our production menu here. We have planks we need to sell off. I did top this up again, back up to 100 again, got more trees cut down. I would like to sell a load of oatmeal off, and we're almost done getting all of our popcorn done. So I'd like to sell all of our popcorn off, so that way we don't have to deal with that anymore. So those are a couple things I'd like to sell. Looking at my list here, those are kind of the 5 things we want to sell. Last episode, I totally forgot. Our money went up and changed and all that, and I totally forgot to mention a couple things. First off, I sold our weeder. We had a weeder for whatever reason, even though I waited like half a month after I planted and I did the weeds across it, there were still tall weeds already. So it just didn't work. And I don't know if it was something I was doing wrong, but I sold it off because we still use herbicide anyway. So I didn't want to use it anymore. I also sold all of our silage from last year's harvest. And I also, again, we got $129,000 off of it, which is really good. And I took $5,000 again off because we hire, oh gosh, why can't I remember name? We hired the trucking company in town to move it for us. I can't remember their name. And I also, you might have seen it in last episode, but I bought a tractor because it was on sale. This guy was $78,000. One of my favorite tractors right here. This is the Case IH Magnum right here. This thing is incredible. Really good tractor. So I was really happy that I bought that thing. It was fantastic. So I'm glad I bought that. So yeah, it's one of my favorite tractors. We look in the garage here at it. It has 249 horsepower, which is actually more than our Massey Ferguson. Really awesome to have that. So I love that tractor. It's one of my favorite tractors in game. So I couldn't not buy it. And we still have plenty of money left, which is great. In the meantime, I also harvested silage. And again, I mentioned I did some more trees. So if we take a look just real quickly, going up here, we're almost done over here with trees. I have our, this guy over here. The Case actually runs everything just fine, even without a weight. Yeah, so we have all the stumps marked we need to cut. So a few trees left over here. Then we also need to go over here and get this cleared away so we could put a field along here and connect this field up and do all that. Got some other trees that might be in our land now that we can get rid of. Up over here, though, above the grass field, all of these trees are done. These ones we're not going to touch. All these trees are done. I did some more scattered ones that are back through here that were kind of in the way as well. So the trees are done through there, which is really nice. We're gonna harvest oats again, I think next month. Yeah, so July we should harvest oats. I will also say this: if we hop up over to here, where all of our stuff is sitting out to do our forestry job, we're still paying leasing. We might just hold on to this long term. We're still paying leasing costs on it. How many items do we have leased right now? Yeah, 3, because 3 is our limit. Well, I mean, 3 is our limit for making payments on them, which actually we might. How much is it to purchase this guy? We might actually as well buy these guys and then purchase. Yeah, let's just buy those guys. We have plenty of money right now. But yeah, our darn things are still not grown up yet. And I know a few of you guys mentioned that I needed to go watch my own video on trees because I tested this and I don't think they're supposed to have grown yet. I would have thought maybe by now, maybe by June, but we'll see. So we're still working on getting this job done over here, getting some trees planted and getting that forestry area done. I don't think we'll add any businesses in this episode. I'm going to do kind of an off-camera thing where I get some businesses set up. Looks a little odd in the roadway there. I'm going to get some businesses done and do like a members video of that and off-camera and do all that and get that sort of stuff done. But in the meantime, I want to start selling some of this stuff off. So let's get loaded up here with a trailer. But yeah, so that was just kind of all the stuff I forgot to mention last episode. Where's our truck at? Oh, our truck's over there. But the good news is we actually can... I love how that thing sounds starting out. We actually can configure this to have a saddle in the back. Oh, and this thing needs to be repaired anyways. Got to be better about repairing stuff now that I know from my test video how important it is. Just get this guy here. But yeah, we can use this guy to do our different stuff here. Repair you $1,000 bucks. It's actually not too bad. Customize, and let's do standard configuration. Not going to cost us anything different to get it back just to standard. We're going to start it up again though. But that's okay. Yeah, now it's kind of standard, so we'll be able to run everything we need to. We have our auto load trailer, so I'm not worried about that. That'll be easy peasy to do. Yeah, so no big deal there. Yeah. And do we have actually a good price for, let's do eggs first. Is there a good price somewhere for eggs? What do they normally go up to? 1,429. Oh, selling lodge big, very big. Where are these guys at? Where in the world? I can't even tag those. Selling lodge big. Where in the world are those? Why can't I tag those? Selling lodge. It's got to be somewhere up over here. Point of sale. Because these are all the new stuff we added in. Dealer sell point. We can tag. That's so weird that it's not like one of these. It might be one of these, maybe. That's so odd. I have no idea what that sell point is. But we could, I mean, honestly, we could go back into here real quick. There's some other good prices in here that are fine. They're at least close enough to 1400. 1300 bucks. What is it? 1429. Well, what, they're about to go up again, aren't they? No, they're about to go down. So we won't sell eggs yet then, because I'd rather get a better price for them. Popcorn will be fine. Stuff like that is always fine. It just doesn't matter. So that stuff is just not affected. We could fast forward time just a little bit because I want to have the popcorn all done, but we'll see that here in a second. So this episode, I'm not sure what all we're going to get done this episode. I'd like to get the barley harvested. Maybe get something else planted this episode, but we'll kind of see. I am going to have I'm going to try to pre-record some episodes because I'm getting ready to go to Boston for PAX East. So I want to have some episodes drop while that's going on. So I do want to get some, and honey. We also need to sell honey. Is there a good price for honey right now? We have a boatload of honey. Where's honey at? We also could sell the honey off. What's a good price for honey? $11.78. Again, we still have these guys. No idea what they're doing. Honey prices aren't terrible, but we can probably wait for that. Popcorn never goes bad in terms of its price. We go down to the very bottom here where popcorn's at. Popcorn, yeah, 111 is the best price, and there's always somewhere that has it. That will take it for that. Oatmeal, same thing. 752 is the best price. There's always somewhere that's pretty close to that. So popcorn, we're going to take it to, well, grocery store plastered. Well, actually, it might change in a second. I would like to fast forward time just a little bit. We're just going to go forward a couple hours here. Maybe get us to like, maybe to 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock it should be done by then, I think. We'll kind of see how that did. There was like 240 some odd liters in there. Oh, I was like, where's our productions at? Oh yeah, never mind. That's not going to get done anyways. Oh gosh, this is just the worst. Well, I don't want to sell all of it off right now. Maybe we do just one load right now. That's something we could do, honestly. I don't know why I didn't do this while I was in there, but popcorn, let's go ahead and change that to spawning. Start spawning here in a second. And then this guy can be enable auto load. It should give me how many are in the auto load here in a second. There's 5 in there now, so that's pretty close to where we want to be. Back up just a little bit. Okay, and that should get all of them. If I enable auto load as I start spawning, it should fill us all the way up. Yep, there we go. You can see it's, as they're spawning, it's getting them loaded. I don't know how many liters this thing holds at a time. I know we're definitely not gonna, we'll definitely have a full trailer, I should say. We're definitely not gonna be able to haul all that's in there right now. But it should take us just a second here. Just sip of coffee while we're waiting, might as well. So far, I'm surprised. Okay, there we go. So 35,000. So actually we could do, we go to production here. We actually could do another, 35,000. Oh, well, there's some out there. So actually, yeah, we could do another load. Yeah, and it's, we're, yeah, 50 pallets. 50 pallets. That's so many pallets. All right, let's get these hauled off and sold off here. I think we'll sell these off, and then I'll put a gap in. I'll get the horses sold off. Or maybe I'll just put a cut until I'm up there ready to get the horses sold off. Because you guys really don't need to see me drive. So, actually, yeah, let's just put a couple cuts in. I'll see you guys when we get up to sell the popcorn. All right, and this is where we're going to sell them off. We'll see how this actually goes here. We're not going to make a lot off it. We never do off of the popcorn, but that's okay. Woo! Right there, that was what, 2,800 bucks? We get all those reloaded up, and then we'll back up a little bit. That actually worked really well in terms of unloading them. Another 1,100 bucks there. So yeah, 3,900 bucks or so. Not a lot for that much, but we didn't put that much popcorn in, or we didn't put that much corn in, to be honest with you guys. And it does make a little bit more because it's, if you look at it, if we look at popcorn, sells for about 1,100 bucks, whereas per 1,000 liters, whereas corn, let's go all the way to the top here. Corn sells for about, well, on a good day, $4.79. So we say 500 bucks for 1,000 liters, just under 500 bucks. So that one's just over 1,100, but you also get 5 times as much. So it takes popcorn and you get 5 liters per 1 liter of corn. So it makes it, so if you multiply the popcorn price basically by 5, you're gonna get what you would have gotten for corn. So if we take that like 111 or whatever, 110, we'll just say, times 5, we're getting 550 per 1,000 liters instead of 480. So we're making a little bit extra. It is a little bit more work probably to do it this way, but we're making a little extra, so it's kind of worth it. But yeah, I'm gonna go back to the farm. And actually, while you guys are in here, I'll drive this guy back here in just a second. Just while you guys are in here, we'll go get the horses loaded up. We can take our really cool new tractor. I love it. I love it. Just, oh, I want to drop that trailer off. There we go. Take a really cool new tractor. I'll get the other popcorn probably done off camera. I might as well. But yeah, so let's get this guy hooked up, and let's get our horses loaded up, because we're going to sell some horses off, and then we should get some more horses tomorrow, which would be great. Oh, planks. Yeah, we need to do another load of planks. You guys don't want to be there for when we sell those. That'll be really easy to load those up, too. I'll probably just do a bunch of cuts to where we're selling stuff off, because let's be honest, the exciting part is us getting the money in the bank. Oop, I didn't mean to drive right over that guy. It's okay. We should be able to just back out of here. It'd probably be actually a little bit quicker than driving around. We got to back into where that's at anyways. Okay, and let's see here. Back right over there. Perfect. Okay, and it doesn't matter who we grab. Let's grab, move to trailer. Yes. Move to trailer. Yes. Move to trailer. Yes. Move to trailer. All right, we'll keep Coco, Dixie, Sparky, and Amber, and these 4 we will sell off. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. That was bad. I mean, it wasn't terrible, but it could have been better. Okay, so I will get these up over to where we're going to sell them off, and then we'll just start doing cuts when we have stuff to sell off. So I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, time to sell our horses. All right, there we go. Let's move these guys over. Yes, yes, yes. All right, there's 4 grand. There we go. All right, 4488. I'm assuming that's showing up in our sold animals should be in here, maybe. Sold animals, there we go, 1795. So I'm gonna see how much we make today in game, because it should be actually quite a bit. But there we go. We got that done. I'll be back with another sale here shortly. All right, here we are to unload again. See how this goes. Let's get a little further back. Popcorn, load 2. Load it all up again, and then popcorn, load again. Ooh, one more. Beautiful. Just like that. That was awesome. All right. And now we'll go back, and I think we'll get... can we do a load of oatmeal? I think we can do a load of oatmeal. Let's go down to our productions here. It's 35. Well, it's 35,000 it's been holding, so actually probably not quite a full load of oatmeal. So actually... we don't do any oatmeal, but planks. We definitely have to do probably 2 loads of planks. So actually, it might not be 2 loads of planks. This holds 50 pallets. Actually, just 1 load should be 50,000 liters, right? I think that's about right. I think it does it by pallet, not volume. So anyhow, I'll get some planks loaded up, and then we'll get those babies sold off. And actually, we don't technically sell them off, I guess. We just kind of reimburse ourselves, so we get a fixed rate with Williams Furniture. But regardless of that, we'll still get them delivered there. So I'll see you guys when we're ready to deliver them. All right, here we are. Time to unload. Did I do it? Yep. Beautiful. Beautifully stacked. Now, we do get $1,400 per 1,000 liters. So that means that we get to add in 70 grand. There we go. And you might say, well, that seems a little unfair. That's a lot of money for that. Well, it's actually not. It's $1,380 is listed there as the top price. And actually, right now, Williams Furniture and a lot of other places are taking it for more money. But we agreed that year-round, he gives us the price of, of $1,400 per 1,000 liters. So that is our fair price in terms of that. And that was 50 pallets. So now I think in terms of everything, I think we don't probably need to haul any more of those for a little while until we at least get 50 of them. I've been hauling partial loads every so often, but I don't think we need to worry about it for a while. Popcorn's all sold off pretty much. Once it's done, we'll get the rest of it sold off and all that good stuff. Oats are working. Yeah, we're doing good. We are doing good. We don't have enough wood chips that we need to worry about really for a long time. But yeah, so, excuse me. On that note, I think... oh, it's Lucky's Logistics. That was the truck company that hauls our bales. Sorry, that just popped in my head. I think on that note, I'm going to keep going forward with time. I don't think we need to sell anything else off right now because the prices aren't terribly good. Also, do another thing I should note, our cement barriers went away because I accidentally removed one of the packs that they were part of because I didn't like the pack that they were in. I didn't like all the decorative objects in there. It was more like ways to help kind of clear out the folder. I'll probably put guardrails in on the out. Oh gosh, that was terrible. Probably put actually guardrails on the outside. I'm not going to worry about the middle or anything right now. Eventually, actually, you know what? I might put guardrails in there. It kind of is a nice little barrier. But I think the guardrails will look nicer anyways, and probably be a little bit more realistic to what would actually be there. But you can see they're all kind of gone there, which is fine. So, yeah, that's all I got. I'm gonna get some stuff done around the farm, and I'll bring you guys back in here in just a bit. All right, welcome back, everyone. So it is July 1st. I didn't do a whole lot off camera except for take care of the animals. We have 4 new horses, which is great. The oats, or excuse me, the barley. I keep saying oats. The barley is ready to harvest, so we're gonna harvest the barley. And our grass is ready for another silage cut. So we have a lot to do now. I think I'm going to do a time lapse of the harvest. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. And I think that'll be probably what we end up ending the video on. So I'll probably fade out with that. Go ahead and hire you to do that. There you go. Beautiful. You work on that. Great. Okay. And it is barley. Yep, we're getting barley. That's good. I'm just paranoid now that I've been saying it so wrong so many times. And we'll use that harvester here in a second to get going. But I want to also show you, boom, all of our trees are up. So first thing, next episode, we'll plant some more trees. This is so great. That looks like a really thick wall, and that's exactly what we wanted. Over here, that's fabulous. That turned out really well. And those will get even taller, and we'll put some other really nice trees around. That barrier is beautiful. Is there a tree right there? That's one. I feel like we need a tree right there. I might have to displace one, but this is great. This feels like a forest again. That is fabulous. And then over here along the highway, we kind of secluded it off a little bit. So yes, all of our trees have finally paid off. Let's head up over here. We're going to grab this guy to get him set to do our unloading, because we're going to have to do that probably several times during even the time-lapse portion of things, which is okay. This guy hooked up here. I'm noticing I don't have a lot of game audio coming out. I apologize if it's been quiet the whole time. Yeah, I don't see a lot going out. I don't think I adjusted anything, but I must have somewhere along the line. Oop, no, don't need that. We'll be fine without course play. Workers working over there. You can sit there running, ready to go. Let's just hop. Can we hop somewhere? I'd like to get in that harvester, which I know exists right there. There we go. There we go. There's a little game volume there. I must have not been close enough. Looks like some of it's going through. If we get nice and close up. All right. And then I will start harvesting to assist. Oh, I just ran. That wasn't the best way to do that, but that's okay. Yeah, I'll start harvesting to assist. So I'll do a time lapse here. So yeah, I'm not going to come back in to wrap up the episode or anything like that. But if you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cup channel and turn on your notification bells to be notified of future videos. Sorry, derailed it there. But if you guys enjoyed, yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next one.
One more Saturday night, you're wearing them jeans so tight. I'll keep waiting for the perfect moment when you're dancing like that with that shirt and that hat. God, I'll need just one more drink to calm
So we did get the barley harvest, as you saw part of it at the end of the last episode. We got 122,811 liters, which is a lot. So now in storage, we have 148,000 liters. I actually think we're going to plant barley again this year. And the reason I think we're going to do that is, well, here's what I'm going to say. I think we should plant barley because I think we should get a little bit more barley saved up. And I think we should put about maybe 100,000 liters of that into our, let's just actually start with one. Let's just start with one load. We're just going to start with one load. So 50,000 liters. We're going to pull it out of the silo and put it over into our grain mill because we are going to use our grain mill to make barley flour. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to activate that. We can only hold 27,000 liters at a time. So actually, we're just going to put 27,000 liters in there. And that does not hold very much either. Holy smokes, that does not hold hardly anything. So that is the one disadvantage we have to our beautiful grain mill. We could look at, I don't think there's going to be a lot of other. Oh, the other thing I actually thought about as well, we could get some dairy sheep. Wow, they're not very expensive to do the dairy sheep. This is a free roaming one, which I would actually like to do because I get to put the pasture kind of where I want it to be. I don't know how big it is, though. It's kind of the only issue I have with the way it's set up. It's probably similar size to these guys, so maybe we'll just use this guy. But we could put some dairy sheep out and about. Oh, that's the automatic wool shipping there. It holds 40 sheep. Because we're doing grass anyways, so it wouldn't be a big deal. I'd honestly rather do them than the horses. So we could replace the horses and do some dairy sheep. We won't get a ton of milk off of it. It doesn't produce as much as cows, but you only have to give them grass or hay. And we do have quite a bit of hay baled up right now still. Oh, we could do that. I'm really tempted to get rid of our horses and do that. I think that, well, honestly, these animals are going to go eventually anyway, so maybe we just hold off because this is where I want to start putting sheds and stuff for storage. I kind of like this being our storage center. Long-term farm, we might actually cut some of this field off, like run it right about along here on the left side of that. I should probably just get a different look at things. But what was the other thing? We're looking at production. We'll go back to that in a second. So we could get another flour mill that does similar things. It's a little bit bigger, but I don't think we really need to invest in that. We could get this little farm dairy too to do stuff with the dairy, but and the other thing I'm thinking about doing long-term as well is getting like some fermenting silos and eventually doing like chaff instead. And we can still have our silage field somewhere over here. Well, it'll probably be on the other side over here. And have our silage set up over there. But I think we do chaff instead just because I think that'll be a little bit easier long-term for us to do that. And then put it into here so we can stop doing the grass. I think that's one thing. But I think we'll leave our setup the way we have it. Let's move that 27,000 liters, which is what we can move. Let's move that over real quick. I'm going to have to check on that pretty regularly. I'm probably just going to have to grab that flatbed or that enclosed trailer over there and have it sit there always ready to load. We don't have to put maybe quite 27,000 in there because I don't want to have any extra in here that I have to deal with dropping off again. So we'll just get right around 25,000-ish. Ooh, 26,888. That's about perfect. So, yeah, we will go get this put into there. Get some barley flour underway because that was part of our plan, is to make a lot of money off of our barley flour. I don't have a ton of subscriber contracts that I have that we should work on. I do have a few that I haven't ever done because they've never really fit in to the series. This is going to be tricky to dump this in there, isn't it? It's going to be real tricky. This is not the best setup for this for sure. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can even get this in there. I think if we can just angle it just right. Oh, I know I'm hitting that fence. Oh, man. Gotta be close, though. That's gotta be close. We angle it a little bit closer. This is gonna be tricky. We may have to use this for other trailer. I mean, that would have been easier anyways. But that might have been what I should have just probably started with. I think if we can angle it back just a little bit further. I have some optimism here. I don't know if it's misplaced optimism. Oh, there it is! Well, obviously in the future we're not going to do that, but we did get it to work that time. So there we go. We got that in there to get some barley flour underway, which is just going to equal flour for us. So that was a way to do that. Not the recommended way for sure, but we got it done. But yeah, eventually this is obviously not going to be our grass field anymore. This year it's going to be a grass field for, oops, I don't actually right click there. It's going to be a grass field obviously for the rest of this year, but after that, I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do with it. So, and I do want to upgrade a lot of our farm buildings and stuff like that at some point. So I think we go into flight mode and we talk about a few of these things. So let's go ahead and let's hop into flight mode. So we own clear up to the road here, clear up to this road. We own all this land through here, all the way up to about, gosh, maybe like right here-ish. You can see where those trees we haven't cut. I know we own right about up to there. So this field is going to get extended out this way and be this big field here, which on the map, if we put that in perspective, that's this field. This field's going to extend across here, down, and over, and that's going to be one big field. Now, on the other side over here, I'm honestly not sure what to do necessarily. So this area right here is going to become our storage facility. This field's going to go. This whole area here is going to become storage, and I might cut part of this field off. I actually probably will cut part of that field off, and that'll be our big storage area right there. Down here, there's going to be a shed right here with some fermenting silos, and then there's going to be a field that goes up to our house here. It might be angled up a little bit. The river is going to come along here, the backside. That's where I've decided the river is going to go. When we put that in. So that's gonna that actually could happen soon. And then we get that set up that way, and then that'll be our that'll probably be very similar in terms of yield to this field, but we're gonna do, I think, corn with chaff. I think we'll have that set up down there, and then we'll sell off all of our mowing. Well, we won't sell it off because we probably should still have a grass field. Maybe. This is where I'm kind of conflicted. We also have this little area right here, which we could put a really small grass field in right here. And we probably won't mow it for silage. It'll just be there in case we want to do grass, in case we need grass for anything. And that would be what that would be for. And then this would be a big arable field. This field right here that's grass currently is going to shoot up to here, go across, and become a massive arable field here. These two fields are going to get joined together to be one big arable field here. This shape is still going to maintain itself there. Again, this is going to be where we're going to put all of our storage stuff. And then up on the other side up here, we're going to have another big arable field. And then that just all the way across there. So big arable field here. And then that's the plan. That's the plan. Now we also have this chunk of land over here, which this is where we could do animals because it's kind of an odd shape and stuff like that. These areas are perfect for when we go to purchase out and buy. None of those are like a screaming deal right now, right? So I'll make sure. And we'll eventually probably go all the way to the back and have all this be our, well, I want to build a big farm. Don't get me wrong. We own a nice chunk of land here. I want to buy these 6 plots, and I want to buy these 5 across the top, and maybe even buy these 4 over here. I want to have a nice large farm operation. So that's kind of the plan. That's what I want to do with the farm, and I think that'll be a good plan for it. And I think this would be a good area actually over here for animals for sure. We can make a little road over the top. So maybe we do a nice little grass field here, and we get rid of that one, obviously. And I think that'll be coming next year. I'm going to keep getting these trees cut down. I'd like to get all these trees removed. That way we can start working on that soon. We need more money in terms of what we're going to need to be able to finish off this project. And speaking of that, we can actually, I don't like to just drop out of the sky. So let me just hop into tractor hop out there, and then we can just hop out of flight mode there. Okay, and I can slow us back down to more of a reasonable walking speed. So that's our plan. So this episode, I think we are again, I don't think we're going to do the big field expansions today. We might expand this field today. It'll probably be on the thumbnail if we do. Because this one's pretty much almost ready to go. We haven't taken those trees out yet, though, so we need to get those. But we also could just start expanding it, start getting some of that done. It doesn't take too long to expand fields, so that's kind of what I'm thinking. But in the meantime, we're going to plant more trees up over here with the rest of those. I'm going to do that off camera because you guys have seen me plant plenty of trees. And I think it's another, what do we have, 80 trees up over there, which should equal, that's 8 times 5,000. So another 40 grand that we're going to get from banks for planting the trees over there. And I think then this area will be pretty much set to go in terms of its trees. We'll check on it after they all grow up and everything like that after a couple years have passed. But then I honestly think one thing I am thinking about doing actually is this guy. If I was to purchase this, 23,000 compared, I think it's 26,000 new. I want to say it's 26,000 new, so it's not a great deal. But we have been making payments on it, technically speaking. Is it 26,000 new? Oh, and the other thing I should note as well, we might buy that, is what I'm trying to say there. But the other thing I will note as well is if we go under pallets, they're farther back because they're more expensive. Sorry, I'm zooming by these things at the speed of light here. On my large screen, it's quite obnoxious. But where are the platinum pallets of trees? Did I pass them? No, not yet. It should be in here. These are pallets of 120 tree saplings. I didn't even know I had these. I should have maybe looked a little further in my tree saplings. But anyhow, these guys right here, this 240 pallet, and I didn't know this, but actually I was watching a Dairy Air Farms video, which you guys should check out Dairy Air Farms. He's got a great channel. But you can load those pallets into the DamCon, which is pretty cool. That's the planter that we've been using. So that's cool. So we actually might hold on to the DamCon planter in case you want to plant it. Well, you know what? Never mind. We're gonna get rid of it. We're never gonna use it again. I think we're just gonna get rid of it. So, but yeah, off camera, all I did was finish harvesting the barley, and I did another silage harvest and then fertilized it. So honestly, our next silage harvest on that field over there will probably be our last, and then we'll start expanding out. So we're finally starting to get to a place where we can start expanding out a little bit further, which is what I want to do. So I want to get this set up maybe this episode or get it rolling this episode, but we need to get a lot more money in the bank, and we don't have to necessarily do the river before we do this. We can do the river afterwards. So we're gonna get this done today and then get everything planted, and I think we're gonna plant barley again is what we're probably gonna do. And I think what I am gonna do actually is combine these two fields before we plant barley. So that's what I got going for you guys. I'm gonna get those fields made. I am then gonna get those trees planted and get get those trees planted, get barley planted. Well, actually, can I plant barley yet? No, so I won't plant barley yet, but maybe I'll fast forward some time and get some barley planted. So we'll kind of see. And then we'll see if we can't sell off maybe some eggs and some other stuff to make some extra cash. So anyhow, guys, I will keep working on some things, and I'll see you guys here in just a little bit. And we should add in a business today as well, so I'm hoping to do that. All right, just an update for you. I planted all of those trees over yonder and returned the tree planter, and we got our 40 grand for that. Let me drop these guys off here. I think this is, I don't think they're all going to fit. You can see down there, bottom right-hand corner. We have 88,000 liters, and now we're at 98,000. And oh, they did all fit. Okay, good. They did all fit, which is great. So now we're pretty much, again, that thing's full for a while now. I did knock out some more of those trees over there. I finished, actually. We'll do a quick flyover, and we're almost done planting all of our barley. I keep wanting to say oats still, but we're planting barley. Now there's a new trailer there and a new tractor over here, so I did go on a little bit of a shopping spree. Kind of not really intentionally, it just kind of happened. So this guy over here I bought because it has 179 horsepower and it was $24,000 or $25,000, which is legit. That's more horsepower than both, not our actually it might be compared to our Massey, excuse me. So yeah, it has 179, 225, so it's close to that. That one's still our best one. Well, other than that guy, but I don't really use him a lot. So it's still beat out. If we go back to our garage, beats out both of these guys. So I did think about selling one of these guys, but we're just gonna hold on to them. They're not costing us anything extra to have. And this guy right here, a nice bulk trailer that dips from the back or dumps from the back and holds 55,000 liters. So I bought that because I thought that was a good deal as well, and it was only $24,000. So screaming deal there. I also sold the rest of our popcorn, so our popcorn's gone. But yeah, so we went down 50,000, went up 40,000, and then a little bit from our popcorn. So that is that, and we're almost done planting again barley. And then we might be, let's take a look at some prices here. Oats prices are always good, oatmeal prices. Let's see in terms of oatmeal. I'd like to finish out this episode by selling some stuff off, which would be great. So flour's still spawning and it's still doing its thing. Oatmeal, corn is done, and we sold, I switched that to selling. I can probably change that now to storing. I changed it to selling just to get it out of there. And we have 33,000 in oatmeal. I think it's 35,000 liters. There's 700 liter pallets. I think it's 35,000 liters that we can do. So we're getting close to being able to do a full load of that. We probably actually could do another load of planks. It won't be quite a full load, but wouldn't be bad to get that sold off. But let's go ahead and take a look at egg prices. Get us all the way back up here to the top. Eggs. Oh, the egg prices are not good. When do they get good? September to next month. October is when they get good. I actually might put another cut in. I really want to sell those eggs, darn it. And maybe we can get some more stuff, other stuff sold off as well. But I really want to sell all these eggs. Yeah, we're getting pallets left and right from these guys. That chicken was almost out of the pen there for a second. That was a little odd. What are you doing over here? Because they're so close to the pen. Oh, I'm still holding on to that. Oh no, I ruined my eggs. That's all right. Thankfully, we're going to sell them off. But yeah, so I'd like to sell the eggs off if we can. So that's probably the plan. If we can do that. We have, I think, like 40 some odd pallets here. So we're getting close to a full trailer. Won't be quite a full trailer probably, but Yeah, so maybe I'll wait till October. We'll get a good price for eggs, and then I'll bring you guys back in and we'll sell some eggs and planks off and wrap up the episode there. So yeah, I'll see you guys here in just a bit. All right, it is the second part of October, and we finally got a good egg price. Cider, which is 10 for $13.98. That's great. And we do get 10% above the best market price. So technically we can go above those, but I don't know where those are or what those are, so we're not going to count those as actual prices. We can't sell there anyways. So that's the best market price. We get 10% above it, so we get $13.98 plus 10%, which we'll calculate at the end, which is great. I did pull this guy over here to put some more stuff in here for the flour, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're going to make a boatload of money selling eggs, which that actually might be, that might be the thumbnail. Did I do it in our thumbnail? I don't think I did. No, I'll do a thumbnail of our trees growing. That'll be kind of nice because we got our trees are actually growing. And get, well, no, because we talked about that last episode, so that's kind of a lame thumbnail to do. Okay, so I will do a thumbnail of some kind. Where is our truck? This truck right here. Let's get you ready to go. We might take it over here. Let's see what we can do for a thumbnail. But I bet you those are getting, well, we need to get all the oats or the barley weeded. Oh, and I didn't mention, I was going to, but I did connect those two fields. I'm not going to lime that until I lime the whole field because I don't think that's really worth my time. But regardless of that, let's make sure this is auto load is off. Good, good, good. We'll also sell some planks here as well in a second because we have a lot of planks that can be sold as well. Okay, let's get a good thumbnail. Of course, it's nice and dark over here, which sucks, but let's see if we can't get a good thumbnail shot right here. That's how I do my thumbnails normally. That would be great, just kind of showing off the truck there. If I turn that on, will that help a little bit? Oh, actually, the flashlight does help quite a bit in terms of making it brighter. Yeah, I might take that shot right there. Let me get that all squared away. I don't think there'll be any like weird gap or anything on the screen in terms of that. Let me save that real quick as No Man's Land 50. There we go. Okay. So there. You got to see how I made my thumbnail photo, which I know I've showed you guys before, so it's not really that big of a deal. But let's go ahead and get that auto load enabled. Ooh. How many pallets we have? 39 of 50. Oh, we're good. That's we're just gonna do it this way. This will be easier for us to move them in. There we go. Okay. There we go. 61,645 pallets. Oh, and our grass is ready to go too. I need to get that done. Be probably our last grass silage harvest potentially. Let's turn the auto load off because we're good to go. I don't think it'll pick up anything extra or anything like that, but let's get these guys sold off. This is great. I don't think you guys really, oh, did we pick up, oh, we did. We picked up the partial pallet as well. That was my bad. I said I wasn't going to do that, but I accidentally did. So it is what it is now. Yeah, it is what it is. So let's get these guys over there and get these guys sold off. I do still need to put the new guardrails on here or out here or something like that. But oh, I did add in a new business as well. Well, you know what? I know I added it in. We'll just talk about the next episode. At least I'm adding businesses in. But yeah, I need to do an episode probably where we're just going to add a whole bunch of stuff to the town. Problem is that it takes a long time, and right now I'm trying to pre-record things so I can go to Boston for PAX East. So this is part of my trying to get things pre-recorded so there's actually videos to drop while I'm gone, but we'll make it work as best as possible. Now the tents right there, which is really hard to get to, as we've experienced. Yeah, it's a difficult place to sell to. That is for sure. What is this market stall here? Do they take eggs? I don't know if they do or not. Let's back up. Let's take a look. Eggs. Is there a market stall in here? Tag. Yeah, there is. Okay, so there's just a lot of places. We're just going to sell it here to sell it to this guy. We're going to calculate what we're supposed to earn here. So $13.98. That's where we're at. So $13.98 times 1.1 to get our 10%. So 1537.8 times, so how many do we have in here? 61.793. So times 61.793. So we're going to make, oh my gosh, $95,025 is what we need to make total. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. So right now we have in our bank, So, well, actually, let's add that to our current bank account balance. So 149,983 plus 95025. So that's $245,008 is what that bank account balance needs to be by the end. So we'll just set it to that at the very end. So let's go ahead and just right here pull a little bit further forward. Think that'll be good still. Yeah, there we go. Get all those sold off. Money's just flying up, and then once all the ones that cancel off get sold off, we will reload them. Goodness, that was crazy. Still is crazy. They're still trying to catch up. Get all those guys reloaded. Oh, they're selling out of the back of our trailer. Well, that's actually pretty easy as well. We don't even have to do anything. That's great. It's gonna get us pretty close to the 245. I mean, that was a good price there too. Not a bad price. I think it was like 50 bucks cheaper. Okay, 245.08 is where we need to be. So set money, 245.008. There we go. So 22,000 extra from the difference in price and the 10%, which is great. That is incredible, folks. Plus a whole load of pallets, which we're about to go sell. That's going to be insane. Let's start heading back there. So it's going to be 50 pallets at 1,000 liters of pallets. So 50 times 1,400. What was it? 70 grand. I'm going to go just add the money in real quick while I'm thinking about it. So that'll put us up to 315. And then this year we'll probably make another 150 grand off of our silage. That's how much we used to do. And actually Morgan the Deerman wanted 15 silage bales from us. And he was going to pay us extra 15% above cost, which is great. That's really the only subscriber contract we got going right now. I do have a lot of them for you guys, but again, not a lot of them have really kind of fit in yet. And some of the businesses I need to fit in and stuff like that. And I will put a disclaimer out there. Some of you guys will get just businesses named after you, even if it's not quite the business you wanted or your own custom business. And that's just to try to include you when I can't really include every single possibility. So I do appreciate you guys being patient with me in terms of that. It's a stable to auto load. Oh my gosh, I have 8,400 liters of eggs in here. Well, let's just empty this thing. I didn't even realize I had that. It won't let me. All right, let's just unload them. And then this is what I do if I need to do something crazy, like get rid of these stupid eggs that I didn't need to have. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Ooh. My screen froze there for a second. Let's go ahead and save the game real quick. After that, it's always scary when that happens. Save it here. Take it just a hot second to save. Beautiful. That's all good to go. All right. And now we should be empty, yeah? Okay. Oh, because they were selling... I know what was happening. They were selling not from the trailer directly, but from the portion of the trailer that was over the trigger. It all makes sense now. Okay. Let's just back this guy in here. It's nice that grass you can't destroy with the vehicle. Super nice. There we go. And then as soon as it gets... they should start spawning out. There we go. And as fast as they can spawn out, we will get them loaded up. And then once we have all 50,000 liters in here, we'll take them down and just drop them off at Williams Furniture and call it. And actually, I mean, I could probably do that off camera. Let's just get them out of here, and then we'll probably wrap it up there. The episode's a little longer than normal, actually, which is kind of odd for me with trying to pre-record things. But we're making some good cash. So can't complain about that. And there we go. 50,000 in there. We have 3,000 that are sitting out there still. And then we still have 13,000 in there. So we still have 16,000 sitting around here, which is really incredible. And then I'm excited to sell flour next episode as well. We should have a lot of flour to sell off, which is going to be great. We're going to make a lot of money off of that compared to the barley, which would be really good for us. So there we go. On that note, I'm going to go get this stuff dropped off. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a like down below. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button up on the screen to join the Farmer Cop channel. By the way, we're just over 99,000 subs. We're almost 100K, so thank you guys for that. But I will see you guys in the next one.